Dude, what the hell is that? What the heck is this, man? 30 divines? Are you freaking serious? What's up, Josh? How are you doing, my man? Sapu, boys. Sup, man? It's just freaking. It's so freaking hot in here. I'm melting. I'm freaking melting, dude. You're balling. What the hell is it? 1600. We're balling, boys. Oh, look at this currency over here. Probably have a little bit more. I have 6 perfect results. I don't know even from where. But yep. We got lucky drops yesterday, right? We got 2 alders, like freaking in few hours of farming. So I mean, that's that. That's pretty good for sure. Yo, what the heck is this map? 63% item rarity? I don't want that. It's not that good for me. I can keep it though. Only 22 Cs in Georgia. 22 Cs? Man, it's freaking Ice Age you have over here, man. It's freaking ice cold compared to this place. Like, Poland is the new Africa now, man. We've been Africa all along, it turns out. Alright, we're gonna be doing some farming, boys, today. And after that, we are going to be doing some crafting, theory crafting session. That's the plan. That is the plan. Arjunnsmedal. Well, nope. It's not necessarily particularly expensive. But not gonna lie, like these, the fact that these delirium tablets are like 30 divines each. Like, do you even like make a lot of money at this point if you buy them for 30 divines? What's up, Alexis? Welcome to Australia. Multiple 40 days in the summer. 40? Like 40 like in a shade? In a shade 40? What the heck, man? That's devastating. You guys at least have AC. Like, we in this Central Europe, we don't freaking have AC. Like, you know, at least most of us. So, I mean, that's a completely different story, you know what I mean? You guys have AC. Sub Hlepsec, welcome everybody who suffers from plus 37 plus today. Yep. Wait. Plus 37 club, here we go. There we go. Oh, this boss. Melt Wax. Melt Wax is about right. This boss does a lot of damage. This boss can melt people. Silver Charm. How is that even considered like a expensive? Oh, it kind of is. 50 exalts, and we're getting rich, boys. We do, not always though. How do even like freaking all the bugs in Australia like survive with such temperature, man? How do they even freaking live? How do you have? Is that like a secret recipe to like grow big ass freaking mutants like bugs, like gigantic spiders and stuff like that? You just have to give them a lot of heat. Is that what you do? Is that what you do, man? The best map layout we got in here, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest, so far the gains have been ass. Is that even 200 deli? It is. It is though. So far the gains on this map have been ass. Like, I didn't even get like a single rare monster, I think, from these deli mirrors. Like, the tablets are 30 freaking divines now. 30 divines each. Like, what do you even say to that, man? What do you even say? You know what I mean? Okay, 35. And once we got a rare monster, it dropped big time. Huntsmen are okay, they eat bad bugs. Bro, but like, they're faster than Usain Bolt. They run at the speed of light, and they're the size of my freaking hand. What do you mean the huntsmen are okay? Freaking bastards, just freaking. If I had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 huntsman spiders, like adult, like big ass bastards in my house, I would just freaking burn the house. Like, why even bother? Just freaking burn the house or like move out. Why even bother with this shit, man? It's not for my nerves. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Or the freaking snakes. Because do you guys get like nets on your windows? Or like, you know, special something protection that prevents like, I don't know, like dangerous animals to like get in? Wait, there's another window over here. I mean mirror. Window. I missed it. 2 even. Look at that, man. I almost missed 15 splinters. I'm more afraid of the poisonous spiders. They're smaller and less noticeable, Lamau. Well, that's true. You know, the smallest ones are usually the most dangerous ones. There's this bastard over here. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called. I don't think it's in Australia. It's called like wandering spider or something like that. Brazilian wandering spider. These guys are not too big, but they're like one of the most poisonous bastards of all time. You know, and on top of that, like most spiders, when they see humans, they freaking run, right? Like a big ass freaking human. I ain't freaking dealing with that shit. I'm sorry, just go next. But these bastards, they actually fight back, man. They're actually aggressive. So that's a problem, man. That's a big problem and a half right there. Bro, I only got 213 splinters? How is this possible? Did I put in the right freaking tablets here? Fire density. Oh, wait, what? Why is this two? Okay, these are 200% delirious. These are 10. What the heck? Why? But this one was 200% deli map. Okay, let me see the tablets. Fracturing mirrors, simulacrum splinter stack. Fracturing mirrors, simulacrum splinter stack. Fracturing mirrors, simulacrum splinter stack. Yeah, I have the correct ones. Ass! Where's my money, dude? Where's the money at? All I'm gonna say right now is ass. You know what I mean? Delirium inflation or something? Grants onslaught during effect. You know what? This charm is actually not freaking bad at all. I'm going to use it myself. I just realized. You know what? I'm gonna use this guy myself. This charm is actually pretty good, man. It's not bad at all. It's not bad whatsoever. So let's take it. Let's take it and use it, boys. Alright, let's see this one. Pretty sure Poland doesn't outlaw AC, right? No, it doesn't. It's just... Bro, there is no AC in the Europe generally. Like, almost nowhere. I don't know about other countries, but in Poland, definitely there is not. I mean, at least we don't have, like, Americans. We don't have, like, homes, like, freaking houses made out of paper. Like, freaking some material that's just, you know, you could blow on it and it just falls apart. we have houses out of concrete. So I mean that's a bonus. That's a bonus for sure. That's a big bonus right there. Oh come on, man! Like, bro, are we going to look at a stream of theory crafting today? What is this? Oh. Bro, it's been like that since Saturday. That's 3 days if I calculate properly. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 days, man. 3 days of this garbage. Come on, Blizzard. Move your ass and do something about it. It's about time. It's about time, my friends. Latency 8000, like, you know, the good news is that this build is so strong that even the latency was like freaking over 9000. You can still play the game. So kudos to the great build maker, you know what I mean? Damn it, man, it's so freaking hot outside. Jeez. Hate AC, it's bad for health. Really? In what way? I mean, it can't be bad. You know what's worse for health? If you're freaking boiling inside of your house. It's like freaking 30-something degrees. That's definitely worse than AC. That cannot be true, by the way. That cannot be true. Man, why am I not getting any freaking splinters? Am I forgetting about something? I have 7 modded maps. I have 200% deli here. And I have the tablets. There's nothing left. Didn't forget about anything. What's going on, mister? $35 splinteronis. Alright, there we go. I'm not freaking buying 30 divine freaking tablets. That's 120 divines, man. To run 4 tablets. Are you freaking serious? Man, I would need to spend my entire freaking bank account on these. 44? Okay, you know what? Maybe I take it back. Maybe I take it back. Maybe I will, actually. Heat stroke is pretty bad for your health. Yeah, it's not the best, right? So I think that AC is still, like, not that bad. I gotta be completely honest with you. Is it now? What you guys gonna choose? Like, is AC being bad for your health or over freaking heat stroke? It's gonna collapse. Like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, give me those rare monsters. You know what? I actually, all of a sudden, I kind of do want to purchase the expensive-ass freaking tablets. Kind of do. I think I will, as a matter of fact. You know, they're expensive, but there's different level of dopamine when you're getting, like, 1,200 splinters per map, you know? Like, 4 full simulacrums. There's a different type of freaking... has a different type of feeling to it. Maybe simulacrums went up. That's why the tablets went up also. I don't know, I need to check the price. Builds that are capable of high latencies are the best. The builds you can play on potato PCs, you know? Just go in, boom. What up, boys? I'm immune to freaking physical damage. I'm immune to elemental damage. Immune to chaos damage. I'm immune to lags. Boom, what up? Immunity to literally everything. Yo, hi Abi, thank you much for 11 months, man. Hi sir, what's up? How are you doing? How's the league going for you, by the way? I dropped a mirror, best leak ever. Man, who didn't in this freaking chat drop a mirror yet? Except for me. Who freaking didn't? Let's be honest with me, man. Like, every single viewer that I have dropped a mirror, like freaking 7 Mage Bloods or 12 Headhunters. Who hasn't, my friend, man? Come on. Congratulations, man, that's huge. Actually kind of thinking about getting, I should freaking get, what do you call it? I should start farming Simulacrum and try to get voices. Like, legit. I mean, I probably did like 20-something Simulacrums, and obviously I know that the drop rate of voices is probably like 1%. Just like Adorned. But, I need to start farming those big boys. One mirror and Expedition Remnant. Oh, normal map and normal tablets. Holy smokes. Well, I can't complain myself because I got, what? I got 2 other legacies recently, so... Kinda makes me wanna keep on farming that, by the way. Kinda does. Just with the thought of farming Simulacrum for voices, but I'm tired after 30-40 tries that give me nothing. Man. You know, these are drops reserved only for the chosen ones. Only the chosen ones can get these. Hello, what are you cooking? What's up, Dante? We're gonna be doing some farming, and then if I'm not going to die from overheat in the meantime, we're going to do some theory crafting in PUB. I was thinking about, first of all, I kind of wanted to see how much theoretical armor you can get. Theoretically. Freaking A, man. Hard to freaking pronounce this word. In theory, how many you can freaking get, man. That's what I meant. Alright, so here we got 450 splinters from this map. That's better. But that's... How much did I spend for all of these? I spent 32 divines. So this is 3 divine per map is the cost. That's how much I'm losing. And Simulacrum right now is only 3 divines. Yeah, well, the strategy is definitely not as profitable as it used to be. That's for sure. It's definitely not as good as it used to be. 0 Aldous Legacy here? Oh, no, man. You can only buy, like, 20 of them for your mirror. No legacies for you? Oh, crap, dude. That's so bad, man. Alright, do we have cities here with 200% deli? Here we have augury, crypt, grass. Here we have 10% deliveries. These things are. Damn it, man. I don't think I have more cities here. This is all desert, grass, forest, desert. Water. New to the game, getting close to my first 50 divines using a 1 divine build guide. Any recommendations for upgrades? Yes. My recommendation is you just click over here, boom, bada bing, bada boom. And then you get this, click on the profile, and then click this, boom. And there is, where is this? Wait, what? I didn't put it in there? Oh crap, I didn't put it in there. That's okay. Thank you for reminding me, we're gonna do it now. Because I was doing it on stream. I was doing it on stream a few days ago. I guess I forgot to put it in. So there is another version, which is 10 divine version. And this 10 divine version already does like double damage. And also it's tankier. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I think it works. Path of building code. Import as new variants. Default 10 divine budget. Apply. And there we go. And you have items for 10 divines. And these are going to be... They're already... I don't know if there is a clip. We're already one-shotting pinnacle bosses with this. The Arbiter of Divinity was dying in 2 shield walls with this. So... And the map clear was definitely much better because we gained a lot of damage from these. We got a lot of damage on Bone Shatter because we got 6 links and stuff like that. So I guess I'm gonna update it. This over here. This thing over here. Some improvements. I completely forgot about. I don't know how, man. I was pretty sure I put it in. Apparently I didn't. Which kind of sucks. Some improvements released. Added. Crap. Added 10D budget version. There we go. Thank you very much. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for reminding me. My freaking old ass completely forgot about this. Okay, these are like, you know, they're still very low budget, but we literally counted it on stream. All of this costed me 10 divines. All of this costed me 10 divines, so. The Paragon alone was like 3 divines, I think. The allocation here on the amulet. So yeah, there you have it. All right. So that's about it. Now we need to replace these expensive tablets. How many city zones do I have in proximity here? Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's good. That's very good here. So we would need to start farming this zone to up the delirium effect. And we need some cheap-ass tablets for that. 10 divines is not cheap. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bro, in this league, you can literally print divine orbs. You're printing them left and right. 10 divines is very cheap for everybody. I'm sorry, if you disagree, you know, you can have your wrong opinion. I don't mind. But, alright, man, let's do this. Let's do it, let's go. This map, pack size, monster rarity. This map can go. You can farm 1 Omen of Light in a map or 2 for 10 divines. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Maybe that's a mistake, by the way, to be doing Abyss. Maybe I should still focus on just cheap deli tablets. In those zones when we are just trying to up the delirium to 200%. Maybe. It really is. You can get 10 easily doing chaos trials in 1 hour. You can literally do anything. You can sit in your Well, there is one thing that will stop you from earning currency though. And it's this bullshit. Speaking of which, well, it's over 9,000, boys. It's over 9,000 for sure now. I mean, honestly, is it the same for you, boys? Is it like that bad since Saturday for everybody, or is it just freaking me? Server dies. But why now? Like, it's 4 weeks into the league, almost 5 weeks into the league start. Like, you would think that a lot of people left at this point, right? It's the same here. Oh, it's for everybody. Everyone is gonna get a piece of this shit cake. Oh. I'm not lagging at all these days. Clapsick, you lucky son of a gun. Lucky bastard, man. A bug in maps, I think. Yeah, this whole game is bugged, man. Like, how come you can one-shot pinnacle bosses on a 1 divine budget like we did on the shield wall? How is this not a bug? Fix your game, Blizzard. Blizzard needs to start doing something. Finally, to fix this game. Kind of a shame that the slow charm doesn't just like straight up remove temp chains you get for 20 seconds. It just reduces the effect. But I guess, man. I guess it says unaffected by slows, so fair enough. Honestly, we might just go to straight up to theory crafting. If I'll be lagging like that every single map, then yeah, I'm gonna say thank you, sir. And we're just gonna jump and do some POB action. For me, it was pretty laggy first 2 weeks, but then it was perfect. That's kind of the reverse of what we had over here. I was totally fine the first 3 weeks, and since Saturday, we're lagging big time. Big time lag spikes. Map completed. Work complete. shaders are lagging often now. Shaders. I don't know if they did anything that would, you know, interact with that. I've noticed no difference. I'm talking purely about not the stutters in game. I'm talking about the pure, you know, lags from the client side, from the server side. Oh. Abyssal echoes. It's not even a tank anymore? No, man. No, why did I freaking upgrade my loot filter? Oh, that's -1 tank, man. Absolutely devastating. Okay, I mean, that's about it in this map. Clear my shader cache and triple my performance. It's unrelated to the server latency issue. Oh, this thing with the shader cache that I did, I just put like unlimited, you know, size in there. Yeah, I'm still freaking lagging. You know what, guys? Like, we might legitimately like freaking jump into. I don't think we're gonna be farming like this. I'm not 100% sure. We might just do Theorycrafting today, or at least for now. Maybe it's going to get better later. Maybe servers are just suffering from this heat strokes too, man. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know anymore. It's open path of building, fellas. You remember how much DPS you put on the maces? Yes. One mace was 480 DPS, and the second one was 500, something like that. Keep in mind, though, that the best way of getting good maces is to buying the one with high DPS and then just slapping +2 essence in there. That's gonna be so much cheaper compared to just buying the one with +2 skills. So much cheaper. You can save a lot of money by doing that. Theorycraft this martial artist Nebulok with me. Martial artist Nebulok? A monk with maces? That's like combining like the best ice cream in the world with a freaking shit icing. Sprinkled with some freaking dog turds. Like, why do you want to play a monk with maces, man? I mean, I can help you out if you want. I don't know why more people don't use War Banner for bosses. It's a huge multi for attack users. I mean, it costs 30 spirit. For many builds, there are more powerful ways of boosting your damage. For shapeshifters, for example, there's this Savage Fury or something like that. That gives you even more damage, I think, than the banner. So, Endurance Charge Engine is really strong. I mean, Nebulok is... It's kind of crazy because I think that Nebulok is one of the most overpowered items in the game. Yet, like, for some reason, it's a mace, so it's like automatically not that overpowered. I don't know how to freaking even say that, man. It's just weird, man. It's weird. Also, like, the shield wall is like capable of like one-shotting pinnacle bosses in one divine budget, and it's like still... the balance in this game is weird, man. It really is. I wonder what they're gonna be doing about it in like 1.0 and stuff like that, because the balance in this game is weird. You know what, boys? First things first. What we're gonna do today is potentially for the future project that I wanted to do, which is pure armor stacking, literally pure armor stack Titan to the point where like I would be taking even no damage from meteors from Arbiter. That's kind of a project I wanted to do. And let's see what we can do. Indeed, I do hope that I still do have my Hulk Smash. I do have Hulk Smash. There you go. Hulk Smash Final 0.5. Boom. Alright, boom. Alright, so we're going to calculate the theoretical highest possible armor in this game. But, like, still being, like, somewhat, like, reasonable. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be putting out items there that are, like, literally 100% perfect, 100% perfect sanctification, because that's impossible. So, for example, you have a shield over here. How much armor can you get on a shield? Like, realistically. Like, frick my boots, man. But okay, yeah, here it is, right? I mean, this is something you can strive for. It has armor applies to elemental and this thing, so I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So let's just copy a shield like that. This button still doesn't work, I think, right? Crap. This button still doesn't work, I think, right? It doesn't work. I need to drop this software, by the way, and just like use something else. What is like a good PoE trade extension that's not from TFT, guys? The server is being rebuilt. Join here. Oh, really? Thanks, man. I'm joining TFT again, like in no time. Is up, Arxerk? Eyes of the Runefighter shield might be worth looking at. Nah, that's nah. That's so whatever, man. Like stacking armor every single map, then you leave the map, and then you get buff stacks up to 10,000. Yeah, for this map, man. Like, what are we doing? Are we seriously just freaking stopping in front every single monster, raising our shield, and then killing the monster to lose all of it after 10 minutes? Come on. Add 50k armor with 80% elemental damage. Besides, you can't even do that against pinnacle bosses because there's nothing to kill. So you can't. It's completely useless against like, you know, the one-shotting bosses and stuff like that. Add 50k armor with 80% elemental damage reduction, still getting shredded by white mobs. 80% elemental damage reduction? That sounds incredibly low. So but I mean, we're gonna get to some good amounts, boys. Regardless, let's get this thing. I guess we're just we're going to do it like that, and put a shield in here. It doesn't really matter what it's gonna be. Just put this thing in here, and there we go. 2355. And there we go. Not much armor, and put it in instead of this one. Boom. Next. Of course, we have Mage Blood here, which we will include, by the way. Alright, now as it comes to body armors. How much? What's the highest body armor on the market? Let's start from 3333. Also, of course, rare. Holy smokes, man. Alright. Okay, 3444 then. Oh my lord. It's still, they're still going strong. This one is not even, wow. Alright. 3555. There you go. Okay, some of these are freaking insane, dude. This is not even with 3 sockets, just 2. Okay, 3700, I would say. That being said, this armor would have to have armor applies to Ellie as well. Otherwise, I don't even care. Okay, something like that. Let's just say something like this. 450 divines, not too expensive. This one has what? All right, you know what? Let's get this one. Dude, that's not even that expensive. I know I'm just freaking copying item worth 500 divines, but it's not even like that expensive, actually. It's not that expensive, man. Alright, body armor. Crap. Armor. Armor. I guess I can do any item. It's just gonna change to body. Yeah, it's gonna change to body. That being said, I'm going to up the ante on the armor applies to elemental up to 50%. Boom. Wait, something is wrong in here. That is not supposed to have that much. Just remove the runes. I think these runes were included before. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's perfect. Add to build. Add to build. Boom. And I'm not gonna lie, this body armor I had previously. Holy smokes, this body armor was sexy. Look at this body, man. Oof. Oof. Damn. Look at this body. The one I had in 0.3. Holy smokes, that was a good body armor. Alright. 315... Holy smokes, that's a lot of armor already. Alright. Next up, helmets. Let's just say that you can get about 4k. Decree of Loyalty, because it won't show its true armor value on tooltip. We can theory craft something with Decree later, but of course that creates problems. And the problems being, you know, it's ES, and then you have to figure out how to like recover the ES and stuff like that. So and making yourself immune to damage over time, preferably. I guess you could kind of make it work with Zealous Oath, but yeah. All right, that's a lot of armor, guys. I think you're gonna agree. Okay, but that's I messed up. This is without this. These are the buffs, and this is the buff from yeah. All of this is gone, and we need to redesign the passive tree a little bit. We need to redesign the passive tree a little bit to gain additional armor, because we did not invest into these clusters, and we have to. So, what I would do basically is something like that. Boom. With this shield, I will be one-shotting freaking pinnacle bosses anyway, so that's completely irrelevant. Boom. And just putting points in here, and in here. Something like that, right? Something like this. And this I could drop, this I could drop, this I could drop. Alright, something like that. We would still have more points to get into armor. But there is no more armor to take, I think. we took freaking everything. Oh, there is one more cluster over here. This is not a very strong cluster, let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. There is some armor over here, but that's with energy shield. It's too far. It's not worth it. There is more armor over here. There is more armor over here. Armor if you haven't been hit recently also. But let's just keep it as it is. So that the build would still be like, you know, you could still clear somehow with it. The build would still be like functionable. You could definitely do something nice with like, you could even do a staff and do a whirling assault, and I think you would clear pretty nicely with this still. I'm pretty sure you would. And this is for bosses, right? While mapping, like, who gives a crap if you don't have some of these armor nodes? Like, you would reduce everything to 10%. Every single hit from a monster would be reduced to 0, basically. So, you know what I mean. Alright, we do have scavenge plating stacks here. That being said, we do have 90% more armor from scavenge plating. And then we have this. 30% or 15 armor applies to elemental. I don't know. Let's do this. And then Kima. No resistances, whatever. That doesn't matter, really. Okay, let's save that for now. Alright, next up we have helmet. Dude, I had a helmet with 2000 armor previously? How is this possible? Body... no. Helmet. How is this possible? I had a helmet like that. Oh. Yo, what the hell? These guys have 2k armor and evasion rating in total? Holy smokes, even more. Oh, these guys are kind of crazy. The bringer of rain is kind of crazy. Sure, you can use body armor, but these guys are kind of crazy, not gonna lie. This item gains bonuses from seconded items as though it was body armor. Huh. Can't use body armor. Life regeneration per second. Up to 60 regen, 100% crit chance. You know, this helmet is kind of better than I thought. Alright, so when it comes to helmets, like, not gonna lie, what I have over here, I might just literally keep it. Like, this is kind of biz. This helmet is legitimately kind of biz. Not gonna lie, this helmet is kind of biz. It would be very, very difficult to beat that. But none of these items are sanctified. I don't know if you guys see. None of these are sanctified, which is crazy when you think about it. None of them. Which means that sanctified could get like 2500 armor or something. There isn't even a single one that is sanctified though. That's interesting. Kinda makes me want to buy those and freaking try to sanctify them myself. I'm just kidding, we're not doing that. Alright, so helmet, I'm just gonna keep this one. Massive mitts. You think this shield can be viable? Eyes of the Rune Fighter? Absolutely not. This shield is a meme. This shield is an absolute meme. Like, you're telling me that you're going to, like, walk up to monsters and, like, raise your shield every single time to get some pathetic amount of armor until the end of the map and then it's just gone? Come on, man. Like, who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do that? The shield is a meme. it's rage bait success. Wait, did you are you the person that asked me about the shield before? No, that was someone else. It's fine. Okay, you're lucky, buddy. And then there's a lot of more socketables since it has 4 runes. It's not bad. I kind of curious. You know what? One thing I'm gonna check though. I'm kind of curious. Helmet. How much actually armor can you get on this helmet, like at the max value? Holy smokes, man. 2400 and 2300 evasion. 25? Holy smokes, man. 26 here almost. With 70 regeneration per second. Yo, 70 flat is kind of crazy, man. Honestly. 70 flat is kind of crazy. I tried it out, and to be honest, it stacks faster than you would think. It needs to outcompete a rare shield, though, which is pretty tough. it's just not gonna happen ever, man. Like, you need to kill like 200 monsters probably in a map. Every single map you enter the map, you need to kill like 200 monsters to break even with a rare shield. Free Giant's Blood. No, what you would have to do with this, if you use this, you have to do Giant's Blood. Like, there's no other way. You have to do Giant's Blood. Isn't this helmet, by the way, crazy on... Hold on a second. Isn't this crazy on... Which character had... Yeah, look at this. Evasion rating for an equipped helmet, gloves, and boots is doubled. But evasion rating for an equipped body armor is halved. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit at this point? you don't have a body anyway. Bro, on this class, this helmet gives you 5k evasion. It's only worth using if you're doing some meme power thing. Yeah, the shield is a meme. That's a good way to describe it, by the way. Generally, it's a meme. That's how I would put it. Resist more damage against enemies with open weakness. Reveal weaknesses against rare unique enemies. And then the movement speed, bada bing, bada boom. And then there's this thing. The accuracy stacking. Bro, I mean, what does dexterity give you in this game? Only accuracy, right? Nah, I'm not doing a dexterity stacker. But this is kind of cool combination, not gonna lie. That's very cool. 5k evasion on this is kind of freaking cool. Because this helmet would be giving you 7.5 thousand flat armor if you used this and you used this with iron reflexes. That's freaking insane. Insane, dude. 7.5k. Of course, you lose other stats too, but you can kind of use two-handed weapons for free now. So that's a lot of damage. Amazon is actually still pretty good. Yeah, they didn't nerf her that hard. It's just like people focused on other broken things. I mean, that's still very strong, I think. Critical hit chance equal to 25% of excess chance to hit with attacks. Like, you could actually do like 2 with this node. You could do 2 two-handed maces and get a critical hit chance on both of them. And a lot of accuracy. I mean, that's actually not that incredible. With 2 two-handed maces, that doesn't give you like that much, let's be honest. It doesn't make that much sense. But you could stack accuracy and get a lot of crit and a lot of attack speed out of accuracy still. So that's nice. You could go crit with this. This one is what? Life Leech recovers basically elemental damage as well as physical damage. Ooh. Life Flasks also recover mana. Mana Flasks also recover life. Great, thanks. Alright, gloves, next. Let's start with this amount. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay. So we do have gloves with 1400 armor. That's kind of insane. $1,400, $1,350. Oh, what the heck, dude? It's not sanctified? Holy smokes. It's not sanctified yet. It's triple T1 armor with T1 almost perfect flat. With this thing, with double T1 resistance. Holy. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. And this one was +2 to all melee skills also. Bro, everything is so expensive. I gotta be honest though, for this price, for 600 divines, I mean, the problem with these gloves is that the suffixes suck, right? Like on turbo high budgets, it's very easy to get like a lot of resistance anyway. So like getting resistances on something like that, it's definitely like not the best, let's be honest. It's definitely not the best. That's far from being the best. Alright, but anyway, let's copy this one. And let's add 50%. Hold on. 50% save. Add to build. What is this stat called? 50 plus 50% of armor also applies to elemental damage. Plus 50% of armor also applies to elemental damage. And we're going to remove these runes because that's too much. This is not even sanctified, dude. That's insane. Alright. Next up, boots. Nikes. Reebok pumps. Oh, wow. Boots apparently can get some decent amounts of armor, man. Apparently they can indeed. Holy smokes. 1500 armor boots are still 1 divine orb? What do you mean? 1 socket? 1600 already? Oh, it has the armor corruption. Okay. Alright, these are better. 1800 armor. 3 days ago. Nobody's buying them still. Nobody wants that. That's not enough armor, man. Like, the amounts of armor you can get nowadays are just freaking devastating, dude. Actually insane. What the hell? 1800 armor with T1 movement speed. And T1 R. This is disgusting. This is oh crap. It's absolutely disgusting, man. Alright, hold up. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna put it in here. Add to build. Boom. Okay, 300,000 armor, and we didn't even get to Mage Blood yet. That's hilarious. So rings, we're not gonna get a lot of armor on the rings. I mean, on paper, we could get Grips of Kulemak. Well, not on paper. For sure, Grips of Kulemak would be the best here. I take it back. Grips of Kulemak with something like armor. Armor applies to elemental. Hybrid armor and armor applies to elemental. Boom. Well, apparently it doesn't show. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the other stats. That kind of sucks. The other stats, I don't really care about. Unless this can roll twice. Is there a chance for Grip to roll twice on an item? What's up, Rudy? We're just theorycrafting some Giga Armor Stacker. Anyone got a good method to get a Mage Blood or make enough currency to buy one? I mean, just one way is to farm any content you want to farm nowadays. Every content prints currency like crazy. Mage Bloods, honestly, compared to the very expensive items, they're not even that expensive. I can get a Mage Blood for 500 divines or something. So, the best way to find a Mage Blood is to do ritual farming. Which, by the way, we might actually do at one point. Because I'm just pissed off that I never found Mage Blood myself. So we gotta do that. Alright, next up. Grip of Kulemak. Can you even get double armor? Increased armor. This is going to be with quality, so that there's more. Like 55. Can you get double armor? No, it just rolls once. Okay. Yeah, so there is nothing else for armor. That's it. Increased armor percent. There is percent also on these? No, they're the same. Okay, never mind. I'm freaking stupid. I'm stupid. And we could obviously get these to 36%. Oh, crap, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, we could get 20% more, but for some reason I can't put catalyst quality in here. So, whatever. Sure. Just do it this way. Amulet. There is only so much armor you can get in amulets, so I guess I'm just going to pass. And then we have plate belt. And you know what's gonna happen here, right, guys? You probably know. Meiju Blodu. And we're doing as follows. We're doing basalt. We're doing jade. We're doing duplication on one of those. So jade again, let's just say. And we're doing granite. I think... yes? Yes. Yes? Yes. Dude, what is going on? Do you guys freaking see this? Do you freaking see this, man? That's like 100% legit, by the way. That's not like... there is nothing here that doesn't exist. That's 100% legit amount of armor you can get. You can get even more. There's some of these items are not even sanctified, dude. Actually, most of them are not. The only sanctified one is the shield. What in the love of... like, actually. How much do I have from... hold on a second. Are there other ways of gaining a lot of armor in this game? Dude, what the heck is that? Are there other ways? Hold on. How much against elemental do we have? I found my own interlude. 3. Are you serious? You found Mage Blood in the campaign? It's just freaking stay away from me, man. Bro, we have 2.4 million armor versus elemental. I'm dead. I'm not making this up. Look at this. 2.4 mil against elemental. Against all 4 elementals. Bro, like, the damage from meteors if I applied like Intimidate, which is not hard to do, and if I had Intimidate on boss and Enfeeble on top of that, like we would be reducing the damage from the Arbiter by like 80% or something like that. From the one-shot nuke by 80% with this amount of armor. About that much, I think. That's freaking insane. Insane. We have 15,000 armor in total. Okay, now a big question. Would anyone do it better than Titan? Because you know what? Titan doesn't actually get that much armor from Stone Skin if you have Mage Blood. Because so much armor comes from Mage Blood alone, you only get 10% more here. And then with Hulking Form, you get another, like, I don't know, 18%. So it's a decent amount, but it's not like that much. I wonder if there will be someone even that would get even more than this. Would there be someone that would get even more? Oh, Ritualist, no. She gets... no. No, she definitely not. This guy, no. This guy, no. Although that is interesting, but no. This would be really cool with Bringer of Rain. That'd be kind of insane with Bringer of Rain. Actually, hold on a second. Wouldn't this Ascendancy actually get more armor, unironically? Evasion rating from equipped helmet, gloves, and boots is doubled. That is freaking insane. By the way. Gemling and Arctic armor? Nah, that's dog shit. Arctic armor on Gemling would give him some baby numbers. Like we're already sitting at like I have 2,000%, excuse me, I have 1,300% increased armor in total. So Arctic armor would give you like 20%, not even 20% more. So not as much as Titan, I don't think. Titan wins. Armor chest in Amazon with Stalking Panther. Oh, that's true. It's only evasion rating from equipped body armor that is halved. That's true, by the way. Yo! I legitimately think that Amazon has a chance of getting like the highest armor in the game. Because of this. Maybe. I need to calculate this. Okay, we're gonna check her out in a second. This guy gets another passive points, and evasion rating also grants elemental damage range. That's kind of interesting. And then she gets this, right? Every travel node would be 5% increased armor, evasion, energy shield. That's kind of powerful. Not gonna lie. This is a nice node. I like this node. This guy definitely not. This guy no. This guy no. This guy no. These definitely not. Chronomancer is kind of cool. I mean, there is someone on YouTube that actually asked me. I think their wrist is fractured or something like that, or their hand, and they won't be able to, like, you know, they're gonna be at the hospital for 6 weeks straight up. And they asked me if I'm going to do like a warrior build, like a maze build with Chronomancer. I said, like, you know, I try to, like, you know, man, like, maybe, but I can't promise anything, man. You know how it is, man. I try to, like, talk him out of it. But that's kind of a cool concept, to be honest. Because Chronomancer is pretty strong. She gets, like, a lot of skill speed and AoE. So, this could be a pretty decent, quote-unquote, warrior, actually, this character. She wouldn't be too bad. So these guys definitely no. Shaman and Oracle, no. Yeah, so the only option really is this guy. It's this guy over here. Alright, you know what? Let's test it out. Yes, chests were popular. Bro, like, people will still come over here and say that armor is dog shit. That's what people say. Like, literally. And of course, I know that this is the extreme case scenario when you invested everything into armor in this build. But look at these numbers. with 500,000 armor, you don't even need armor. Excuse me, you don't even need physical damage taken as. You reduce everything in this game by 90%. Every physical hit. I think Monkey does like what, 5,000 damage fizz? So you have 100 times more armor than his hit. So you're gonna reduce that by 90%. It does no damage. The big slam from Jamanra, no damage, by the way. No damage does to you. No damage. The big slam from Doriani, no damage. Nothing does damage to you. Nothing in this game. Like, literally nothing. The only thing that does damage to you at this point is the Meteor from Arbiter, because it hits 10 times harder than anything else. Other than that, nothing does damage. Nothing. I get to about 90,000 armor and 0.3 and was glorious. Yeah. Like, if you invest into a little bit of recoup at this point, like, you're immortal. Like, there's nothing that's gonna kill you, man. Would be also interesting on this guy, because this guy is freaking immune to damaging ailments. So he's immune to Ignite, immune to Poison, immune to Bleed. And then he gets Mini Cloak of Flame also, so somewhat immune to, like, physical damage over time also. Well, not immune, but he's not gonna be taking damage from that, really. Oh, he's immune to Chaos also. Like, completely immune to Chaos damage. Without going CI. So, yeah, but anyway, let's test the other guy. So I think that's about how much you can get. About that much. About 500,000 armor and 2.5 million versus Elemental. Of course, with Gore Girdle, if you wanted to put Gore Girdle in, your armor would still jump up even further. You would have 3 million versus Elemental. And then you can get even more if you put the Soul Core in gloves. So probably around 4 million would be reasonable. Then there is yet another option, Decree of Loyalty. If you slapped this armor in and had the perfect corruption, if you slapped this guy in and you had perfect corruption, you would be defending with, let's open up the good old calculator. You would be defending with 1.728 times 2.44. Oh, so you would have 4.2 million armor versus Elemental. 4.2 million armor versus Elemental. And 900,000 regular armor. Nah, this is just not real, man. But that's what it is. Oh, I forgot about Aldor's Legacy. Well, Aldor's Legacy could get like 50% armor applies to Elemental still. On your body armor, I guess. So that'd be more. That'd be 5 million actually. 5 million Elemental. Probably a meme, but what about Shangon on Amazon? With Shangon, you would have... If you put... With this amount of armor, if you put Shangon, you have guaranteed maximum deflect. The maximum chance to deflect is 95%, right? So with this node... over here, if you're gonna get there, you have 99% chance to deflect. So you always deflect, basically. Always. You get the maximum damage bonus. And then, if you wanted to invest into maximum prevent damage from deflected... Prevent... How much can you get of that? This is minus 5%. This is 3%, so 43% damage reduction. I bet you can get some more, right? For sure we can get some more. Oh, there is 6. So you'll be getting like 50 something percent damage reduction. Always. It's freaking insane, man. And then of course 1 out of 100 hits you wouldn't get the reduction, which would kind of suck. But yeah, Shangon would be pretty crazy. So what's the idea of Theorycraft? What about offensive? No, for now we're just going to do. For now we're just doing armor, just theoretical. It's mostly I'm testing how much you can stack on items, right? Because for offense, you know what? Like with this amount of defense, you literally just like drop some armor nodes and invest them into damage and equip quarterstaff and freaking do what do you call it? This is the most popular quarterstaff skill. Whirling something, right? Whirling assault, I think. And then you just clear it just fine. Like, it's not a problem. It's like you. This is so overkill, by the way, that every boss in the game at this point does no damage to you, let alone freaking monsters. This is the amount of defense that will prevent like the super juiced expedition monsters from doing any damage to you. They do zero, none. They don't do anything. Nothing does anything. Maybe thorns? Thorns? Go for the thorns build. I don't think even Kalatorak plays thorns anymore. Not 100% sure about thorns, but... Okay, anyway, let's test the... I'm really curious now. Oh, now that I think about it, you could easily do Decree of Loyalty on Amazon. Holy smokes, that's freaking insane. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this one, with Decree of Loyalty, we have 400,000, okay? Let's remember that number. 400,000 and 1.7 mil versus Elemental. Like, let's remember that. Now, let's do the same thing, but on Amazon. Basically. So. These jewels also could get better, obviously, for more armor, but it is what it is. They could get much better. Why does it show 4% instead of... Oh, no effect of small nodes. Let's see. No effect of small nodes here. Okay. Let's do the same thing on Amazon, shall we? So I'm just going to, like, you know, just travel here. Just screw the rest. Just gonna travel through this side over here. Boom, there we go. And Amazon. Huntress. Amazon. Just click here, just click this, boom. And these are irrelevant for the most part. Amazon would get a lot of damage at the same time, now that I think about it. So Amazon could get a lot of damage. Alright. See, like, the armor didn't drop that much. Actually. Actually didn't drop that much. Alright, and then we need to start putting in evasion items. Oh, no, but if you do Bringer of Rain, you can't do... Oh, crap. If you do Bringer of Rain, you can't do... But I guess it's not a problem at this point. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's fine. So I guess we wouldn't be doing Bringer of Rain at all. Verify that you're human? Well, I'm not sure about that. Alright, helmet. Oops. No, not here. Helmet. Item rarity, rare. Evasion. I don't know. 2222. Something like that. Okay, here is a big problem already. First issue, boys. The pure evasion pieces will not have armor applies to elemental. That's a big problem. So they would need to be hybrid. You would need to be getting hybrid. You couldn't be getting this. It's impossible. So every piece of equipment would need to be hybrid. Armor evasion. There is no other way. What the hell? Really? Okay, there is some. There are some in here. Deflection rating equals synergism, evasion, blah 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 blah. Alright, man, let's get something like that, right? Let's get something like this. Also, plus 43% of armor applies to elemental damage. Bada beam. I typed it incorrectly, but that's fine. Of armor also applies to elemental damage. of armor applies. Okay, I didn't add also. Great. Didn't add also, whoops. Okay, add to build, boom. Let's just say that it would be a little bit better than that. We could craft something like better, right? Let's just say something like this. Let's be fair. Okay, that's not something I understand. Why? Why is armor the same as this one? Even a slightly lower. Don't tell me that this does not work with iron reflexes. Okay, apparently it doesn't. Apparently it doesn't work, boys. Converts to evasion rate. But that's weird because this is flat. But I guess it still doesn't work. Dude, what? Just by putting this one piece, I gained 18,000 evasion? Are you serious? Oh, it's because of Mage Blood also. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't work. So, I take it back, boys. Titan is gonna be the best for this. This is not gonna work. I thought that this is gonna, like, go crazy or something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess it's just Mr. Titan. Any idea the skin of the Loyal rest stacking with, what do you think with Mage Blood? Skin of the Loyal. I need to see how much it gives you nowadays. Armor is increased by uncapped fire resistance. Energy shield is increased by uncapped cold resistance. And evasion rating is increased by uncapped lightning resistance. Elemental armor threshold is increased by uncapped chaos resistance. Rips of the die. Oh, what did you do, Alexis? No, but uncapped is better than overcapped. Uncapped means that your total fire resistance. Your total fire resistance is going to increase the armor. Otherwise, this chest would be like the worst chest in the game. It will be completely disgusting. That means that the first you start with like a minus 60 fire res penalty, right? So 60 plus 75, that means that you get 135 bonus as for free, right? And then it starts like you know working after that. You know, this armor is not bad, but you obviously lose like a body armor slot. That being said, on Smith, you do get Coal Stoker, which means that you're stacking like 1,000 fire resistance if that's possible. Let's just say. I think it's possible because you can get a lot of resistances on jewels now also. So you stacking like 1,000 and then you get 1,000% increased armor. Right? You're stacking like 100 resistance plus on every ring here, on amulet, everywhere. Just pure fire res. Just triple suffix res. Well, not triple because you need armor applies to elemental also. So so you'd be doing that everywhere. And then fire resistance on jewels. Bismuth move with 150% effect. Nah, that'll be very little. Not worth it. That's useless. But that's still useless though. Like Bismuth gives you nothing. What would you give you? 100 res? That's nothing at this point. I'd rather get Basalt. Like easily Basalt is better at this point. Easily. If there was a way to give you more resistance. And you would need to think what to do with these also. You would need to think what to do with these. So the energy shield increased by uncapped cold and evasion rating increased by uncapped lightning. Could you do anything with that? Not really, right? That's kind of doomed. And the worst part about this is that on this ascendancy, sure, you get this, right? But like, what after that? What are you doing after this? You can't take this anymore. So what, you're taking freaking temper weapon? Freaking fire spell on hit? What are you doing? It would make it would actually be a viable build if there was something else that would give you a bonus based on how much resistance you have in this game. I don't think there's anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anything like this? I don't think there is, man. Is there something like, oh, increases your fire damage per 1% fire resistance you have or something like that? There is nothing like that, right? There's nothing like this. Now, that being said, Smith would probably have more armor than Titan with this. Probably. I think. Now, I don't think. Smith would definitely have more armor than Titan with this. But number one, not by a lot. And number two, you'll be gaining nothing else, right? So it's just pure armor. Well, I guess you'll be getting 90 all res also from Mage Blood. So that's kind of crazy. Triple Granite or Basalt opens up this archetype. No, of course. But I don't even think that triple is the best, to be honest. I think that mathematically speaking, if you have 3 different ones, that's the best value. I don't know if this increased effect per duplicate, does it multiply or does it just like add 50% every time? I think it just adds 50%, right? So let me explain you this way. If you have 4 different abilities on Mage Blood, right? You just get 4 times 100% effectiveness. So in total, you have 400% effectiveness of mods on Mage Blood. If you have 3 different mods and 1 duplicate, you gain 150% in total. So that's 450. So that's stronger. Just more, you know, focused on these 3 mods, but this is stronger. And once again, if you have 3 duplicates, so you have 2 different mods, they're multiplied by 2, because 2 times 50% effect, that's 4 again. So the best possible Mage Blood, actually, if you want to be stacking armor, at least for armor stacking archetype, is 1 duplicate, 3 times 150. That's the best one. Like, by far. This is the most efficient Mage Blood. The other ones are actually worse. Unless you are literally hunting for one specific mod, then Mage Blood might be better. But with this build, you don't. Because Jade and Basalt are both great. Because they give you a flat amount. And the flat amount gets converted to armor anyway. So they're both equal value. So on armor stackers, for sure, a triple mod Mage Blood is going to be better. It's just, the map doesn't lie, right? It just doesn't. Imagine how much ES will increase with 600% cold res. I mean, that's kind of cool, not gonna lie. That's kind of cool, I have to say. Like, with this chest, but then when are you gonna get flat energy shield from? Where are you getting flat energy shield from with this? Huh? So you would need to have Mage Blood for armor, and then every other piece of gear, you need to be flat energy shield, that's it. $100 plus 100 plus 150 is 350, not 450. That's not how it works. All the modifiers get boosted. Not one. All of them. So it's 150 plus 150 plus 150. I know this is how it works because I have Mage Blood like that. I have this bad boy over here. I have this bad boy over here. So according to you, this should give me 35 all res, right? And it gives me 65 all res. You know what I mean? I wonder how much this is worth, by the way. This is a good-ass freaking Mage Blood. There we go. This is a good-ass freaking Mage Blood, boys. It really is. Bought it for 400 divines. Where is Dream Feather, man? Replica Dream Feather? Man, I kind of want that, but like, what do you do? I don't think you can make it work, actually, unfortunately. Sure, you would be getting like a lot of armor from Mage Blood and then pure energy shield from I don't know, man. It will be tough. It will be tough for sure. For pure armor stacking, maybe. Like, maybe. But that's about it. The thing is that every armor stacking archetype is always going to get beaten by this chest. Like, you just cannot beat this chest. You cannot possibly beat this. This chest is so freaking disgustingly overpowered. Like, it blazes my balls, man. And it's already so hot out there, and my balls are being blazed even more. In this item's openness. Openness? That didn't sound good. Stop snitching. I mean, who cares? Like, bro, like, I could literally have 10,000 viewers and start freaking, like, talking about this item every single stream, and still nobody would freaking use it. Because it's armor. Openness. Nobody would use it, man. Like, I have a 7,000 energy shield character here, and I'm freaking immortal in any map. Delirium, 200% deli with quadruple tablets, minus freaking max res, penetration, damage mods, doesn't freaking matter. I don't take damage because of this. But hey, armor is dog shit, right, guys? Armor is dog shit. Let's keep that in mind. Armor is useless, boys. You can't beat this. And this is a shitty corruption too. It rolls up to 244%. So I would have additional 50% more armor if I spend more money on it. By the way, I'm freaking stupid for not doing that. They're not that expensive, apparently. I cleared map where Connor is built with 3 octodecillion headhunter modifiers died yesterday. Because it's just, guys, we have, even without scavenge plating right now, we have, what? We have 70,000 armor and 150,000 versus elemental without scavenge plating. With scavenge plating, 60% more. So it's 100,000 armor, 200-something thousand versus elemental. It's just freaking disgusting, this armor. It is what it is. It has too much armor and energy shield for this modifier. This is a modifier that you have a huge penalty on Gore Girdle, and you get that for free, and it's better than Gore Girdle. It's just overpowered, man. It is what it is. Oh, this is exactly the same. The same one as I have. 213, 340. This one, unironically, is better than mine. It's unironically better than mine. A little bit, but it's better. And this one is much better than mine. For 70 diffs. Holy smoke. How much armor does mine have? Holy smokes, that's a lot. Oh, it's because... Okay, I get it. It's because I have +2 armor but 1 spirit here. Okay, I get it. So Scavenge Plating or Wind Dancer? Both are fine. The Wind Dancer is fun in a way that... I mean, I guess I'm gonna demonstrate. If you're running really any content, doesn't really matter what it is. Wind Dancer is... Wind Dancer is fun when it comes to how it functions. So like, you're just gonna run... we're gonna run this one, right? Percent of life conversion works. I assume 1% is best here. I'm gonna get to that in a second. The Wind Dancer is fun because you just walk up to monsters and they just freaking explode, right? So I need to generate my rage first, so hold up. It's a good AoE, especially on Gemling. I just walk up, and this also works for rampaging, so it's even better. things just explode. So that's kind of nice at defensive layer, and also helps with clear a little bit. It's nothing too crazy, nothing special, but it's not bad actually. But for defense, scavenge plating is obviously insane on Gemlin because you get 60% armor instead of 40. So I just stopped using it because even in the dangerous expedition maps, I wasn't really taking that much damage. It's just like, it's never dangerous for this build. You never see any danger, really.
Wait!
Oh, wait. Let's go! Ew. Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to freaking stack some freaking armor, boys. I'm telling you, man. I'm going to explain this chest in a second. By the way, this chest could be kind of busted on Lich also. On Lich it would be kind of nice. That was Theorycrafting a build yesterday, by the way. I was Theorycrafting a build yesterday. What's up, Eri-chan? What's good? Yo, yo. Ayo. Alright, let's do the bossy boo. Been playing your bear build. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad that you had fun with it. How could you possibly not like the bear though? Like from all the animals, bears probably are up there for me. There's something funny about bears. No, it's good to watch them from distance though, not necessarily like super close up and personal, but bears are cool. All right, let's freaking jump in here. Why friend-shaped if not friend? Well, there are people out there that are friends with bears, I guess. In different, like, you know, rescue for animal places and zoos, I guess. Okay, give me my walking calamity. Up. Heavy stun, 2 fat boys, not enough dexterity. Actually, I have plenty of dexterity on this build. There you have it. You know, someone made a video. They said that like running the Kulamak boss is insane profits per hour, but I didn't click on it. I wonder how we can make like insane profits from Kulamak farming. From the Abyss Pinnacle boss, you know? How can you make a lot doing that? Is it really like that good? Give me something good. Give me a tank. Let's go.
Wait!
I mean, I didn't mean the invitation, but I forgot the invitation is a tank now. Damn it. Freaking A, man. So close to happiness, yet so far. Well, they gave me, you know, I asked for a tank, they gave it to me, so I mean, I can't complain now. You know how it is. Alright, let's get out of here. So someone asked, bada beam, bada boom. Can you explain how this percent max life conversion works? I assume 1% is best here. It's always 1%. You cannot change this number, I do believe. You cannot change this number, right? I don't think you can. And how does it work? If you, for example, have, obviously it does not work with CI, but if you, for example, have 4,000 life, right? and you have a perfect roll here, so +5 maximum chaos resistance. And you do have, you did cap your chaos resistance, you have 80. And you're gonna convert 80% of that times 0.8. You're gonna receive from that this amount of armor, and it's going to be doubled, so twice as much. So if you have 4,000 life, you're gonna convert all of your life from that 80% chaos resistance. You're gonna have 6.4k flat armor, which is a gigantic amount. That's 50% more than like a crazy well-rolled brass dome. That's absolutely insane amount of armor. But you lose all of your life when that happens. So you can build around that if you want, or you can just completely skip this modifier, go CI or something like that, and still have the crazy defend with 200 something % of your armor while you have energy shield. You can still have that. You can just ignore it if you want. But you can also build around it. So it will be pretty strong on Lich. Because on Lich you would still be getting energy shield after that. So, yeah. Geonor froze my Grizzly the other day. Oh, damn it, man. I never said that the build is perfect. So on the CI it doesn't work like in the background, it just gives nothing then. Yeah, so you only get, basically, you get very high amount of armor and energy shield. For hybrid, these are very high numbers. And you get this broken ass line over here. This busted line. And I guess you get also decent amount of stats, like 25 strength, intelligence. It's not bad. But yeah, I mean, this armor is freaking ridiculous. It's absolutely disgusting, man. When it comes to stacking severe amounts of armor, that's about it. Like, at least we have good template before 1.0, where the GG surely is going to add some items that give you damage based on how much armor you have, right? Surely. The man can dream, boys. Man can dream. The 1.0, the full release of the game, is not going to be cock meta anymore. It's going to be armor stacking meta, trust my words. I promise it's gonna happen. There is nothing else you can do. There's not like more armor modifiers or something like that you can get at this point. So there is not like Seismic Cry from PoE1 that gives you more armor also. Copium truck. Another thing, not gonna lie guys, I was thinking about, I was theory crafting not in PoB but in my head. My huge head is Lich with these nodes over here. And strength stacking Lich with or Ritualist also. Ritualist will be fine too with Pillar of the Cage God. That's right, boys. A pillar build from 0.1 would be back. Because on Ritualist, you obviously would be able to get massive amount of. There's two ways to scale this build. Number one is Ritualist and getting crazy amount of strength. And you know how we can get even more strength. I got this idea after they introduced the previous patch. Look what you can get on rings now. Look, just watch carefully. Look at this. Strength. Oh, oops. Strength. You're watching? Ring. Look at this. Look at the new freaking ring. Look at the new corruptions. And you sacrifice one of the mods at random, and you empower your corruption. It rolls up to 50, man. It rolls up to 50 strength on the rings. And this is without quality catalyst, by the way. So imagine a ring like that with 40 quality, or better yet, freaking 65, a breach ring. Just imagine. So you can get on Ritualist. Let's calculate this, okay? So let's just say you have a breach ring. I would say that probably they wouldn't be impossible to get. There wouldn't be probably that. Yeah, there's a lot of different corruptions that are broken as hell. I saw like majority of them. Some of them are really good. So let's just say that, well, let's do the hypothetical one, right? So we have 33 tier 1 strength times 1.65 perfect breach ring. That's 54, okay? Then we have 50 corruption times 1.65, okay, plus 54. So this is only the corruption and T1 strength. That's it. And then Ritualist. Bro, Ritualist can get without all attributes, because that's like, let's be honest, that's too far. Ritualist per ring can get 170 strength, bro. Per ring. She has 3 rings. So only from rings she can get like 500 plus. And of course, given that'll be an absolutely extreme pain in the ass to get something like that, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I wonder if there is actually 50% increased critical damage bonus. What the hell? I wonder if someone actually made something crazy with this. Hold on a second. Strength, and dexterity. Jeez Louise. 48 strength, 50 strength, 48, 43, 49, 36, 47, 40, 49. Oh, wow. Well, this ring is like almost getting there. The guy wasted on 40% quality modifier instead of strength modifier, instead of attributes. Okay, so nobody's doing something like that. So I'm pretty sure that on the Ritualist with these corruptions, you could probably get like 2000 strength. That's 2000% damage from, excuse me, 2400% increased damage from Pillar of the Cage God. Because it will be corrupted too, right? That's 2400% increased damage. And then you could still get like a lot of flat damage from rings. Which, you know, at this point, freaking good luck, right? At this point, I wish you good luck, guys. Getting rings like that, with 60 breach rings with 65% quality, and this, and a lot of flat damage on prefixes. I mean, good luck, right? I mean, good luck. The good news, though, is one of those rings you could mirror with Mirror of Calandra. That's pretty nice. Not mirror. What am I talking about? You could, you know, reflect with Calandra's Touch. So I guess that's one ring less that you would need. So you just like reflect your best ring and that's it. I dropped today a Kulmak ring with 2 extra increased strength, mana, and int. That sounds like an option, potentially. Sounds interesting. I mean these freaking rings are busted, man. So you could do something like that. You're pillaring. I'm just trying to figure this out. So like Ritualist could probably get like about 2000 strength. So she doesn't need any % damage on the tree at all after that. It's a complete waste. The only thing you would want to stack at this point is, well, first of all, you would have a shitload of life. So that's kind of cool. Secondly, huh. What if you... Actually, there is a way to solve physical damage at this point. There is a way to solve % damage at this point. You know what it's called, boys? It's called this. Phase, life... I don't remember how this stat was called. Oh, this one. There is a way to solve this. I guess. This one is 350 divines. The one that's perfect, 5%. But there is a way to solve this. Wait, what the heck is that? This rolls from 50 to 82? Bro, you have to keep on corrupting this. But also 82 is busted as hell. What the heck? Up to 7% quality, rarity, accuracy, some fizz. You know, with this amount of life, if you actually stacked strength, you doing lore weave, you're getting yourself literally like 300 flat fizz damage from that. And boom, what up? You're done. You are literally done after this. And then you have about 400, maybe 500. You would have for sure like about 500, maybe 600 flat damage on your pillar with very, very, very good rings. And then you would be getting 2400% increased damage. And then you could still get +2 skills from gloves and amulet. So it's not like you wouldn't have plus skills. Bro, this would hit like a truck. Like, actually. What's up, Arrow TV? This would actually hit like a truck, I'm not kidding. And then you get 82% maximum resistances? Could you not shout, my dog gets scared and he loves watching you? Of course. Of course, I can be as gentle as a butterfly. As gentle as summer breeze. Sorry, I just get just get excited when I'm reading all these freaking about all these items. All right, boys. All right, boys. Let's keep on moving. All right, you know what? I'm actually kind of interested. How much strength we can get on this class. There's only one thing that sucks, but actually it doesn't suck that bad. Because with Wildwood Persistence on this class, on this build, would actually become an insane freaking node. This is life recovery rate. This is freaking insane. Defensively, by the way. This is absolutely insane defensively. Insane. I freaking start shouting again. Do you have more time on POB or POB 2? Oh, POB 1 for sure. Like, I legitimately, I'm not gonna joke. In POB 1, I have probably like 1,000 hours, if not more. For like the past, I don't know, like how many years. I have a lot of time there. No, it's understandable, right? Because POE 1 I've played for like, you know, 10 years or something like that, so obviously. POE 2 is a new thing. Does that node work with Defiance of Destiny? That's a good point. Hold on a second. Okay, this lore weave we're gonna keep. That's a good point. Yo, guys, we actually might have a build. I shit you not. And we actually might have like a crazy build on top of that. Defiance of Destiny. Alright, let's just do it this way. PoE 2, Defiance of Destiny. Destiny with a life recovery recovery rate. Defiance of Destiny now has... Okay, great. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, it shouldn't. But this is from PoE 1, by the way. But no, it doesn't seem like so. But it doesn't matter, because with Defiance, actually, you would be kind of immortal, I'm not gonna lie. With Defiance, with this build, you actually be kind of immortal. Because the lower you drop also, this is extremely powerful. Very powerful. If you had actually 6k life on a build like this, and spoilers, you would. If you had like 2000 strength. This is actually Yo. This actually... Holy smokes. There is big potential here. Then you could completely fill your problems with resistances and flat armor with Mage Blood. So you have a lot of armor, you have a lot of armor versus elemental, you have huge life pool. You're just immortal with this. Like legitimately immortal. You completely solve defenses with this. With Defiance of Destiny. And then you can still leech. Life recovery rate does work on leech, on regeneration, on your flask, on everything. This is a multiplier, by the way. This is a big multiplier. And then you get 10% life recovery rate from a small node too, for clear skin, because why not? Whew. And then you could potentially also stack life costs very high, and even use Tech Rod. You could use Tech Rod with this. But that means no Defiance of Destiny, by the way. But Tech Rod with this would be crazy strong. This, I do believe, also works on recoup, by the way. So if you get like a rare amulet with a lot of recoup and a lot of +2 skills, which, spoilers, Ritualists can get a lot of that because of this, you get insane recovery, man. Like, actually insane. This kinda is growing on me, not gonna lie. I mean, you could also use Alder's Legacy for 1% recoup per rage, but that would be Talisman though. Yeah, you can, because we're talking about a pillar build. So, so you can't do that, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna start a new POB here. I'm actually really interested all of a sudden. I'm not gonna lie. A good news is we do have Ritualist leveled up. I have level 94 Ritualist, so that's kind of nice. The defense for this armor is the defense for this armor. Not sure what that means. Not sure what you mean by that. Alright, so the passive tree would look something like this. Huntress, Ritualist. So we were getting this. Reduced mana is perfect. We were getting this for sure. And the last node, probably this, man, for the lack of better options. On Lich, you also have this new Calgren armor with 25% bypass if you're below 50% ES, so it can be used as an Alder Legacy to get additional 25% reduction if you're below 50% ES, right? So I mean, that's conditional. It is very strong though, don't get me wrong, but it is conditional. Because on Lich you're gonna be obviously focusing on having ES as your total life pool, as your main life pool. So I mean, it is strong, but it's not as insane as you think. But it is strong. It's stacked to 100% early in this patch, but they nerfed it. Alright, so how would the tree look like? Of course, if we wanted to, we could do hold up. We also need to be getting percent life, whatever we can. I just realized how much freaking life would we able to get actually with this. Holy smokes, now that I think about it. Alright, hold on. So we start with attack damage here. We start with these nodes. Obviously this would be nice to have. Wow, this node is really nice. Very nice. This one, no. And we would want to strength. We would want to get to some powerful strength nodes as quickly as possible. Obviously, we will be stacking Chakra of Life around to the south. Chakra of Life, probably yes. Where's Chakra of Life? It's over here. This will be probably like a very strong node for us to take because... Oh! There's also recoup too. Or life regeneration rate. I mean, both are good, but I don't think that stacking life regeneration rate, I don't think we're gonna have time for that. So, yeah, so we would need to go down. What do we need to get? Percent damage is completely solved. Percent damage is like gone. Like with this amount of recoup, I don't even know if getting any armor would make sense. Depending on how much life you would get, to be honest. Grabbing strength, accuracy, and accuracy attack speed. Decent. Decent option. You would probably want to allocate the... maybe actually take that by yourself. Oh, that wouldn't be bad. That would be like 25% attack speed. Cluster over here. Too bad they nerfed it so hard. That's unfortunate. Alright, so first up, let's do a version without any armor, I guess. So, I don't know, let's get something like that. Immunity to Ignite, I mean, sure. Let's get something like this, and 5% life would be nice. And obviously we're getting all of this for stats. Then we're gonna keep on going this way. We're getting all the jewels on the way. All of them, by the way. All of them. So we wouldn't even need to go to this side of the tree because we're doing pure life. Bro, that makes things so much freaking easier. That makes it so much better, man. There is attack speed here also, even better. We're pathing through a lot of attack speed, so that makes it even easier again. Wow. We definitely wouldn't be doing crit though. And I guess there's like these crazy notes we would still probably want to get. I mean, these are just too good not to take them. I mean... yeah. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Strength and dexterity. Life per 4 dexterity, 5 strength, stun threshold per dexterity. Honestly, not a horrible cluster. I think this is a very good as an ointment because these small notes suck. Big time. Alright, so let's keep on going. So definitely taking this, obviously. Definitely getting blood magic. So we're pathing all the way here. Then we're getting beef. Beef with all of these. Then we would need to have one weapon set for area. Dedicated for area. So let's just say we have additional, I don't know, 20 passive points. All of that could go into armor. Area, I have plenty of area to choose from here. So area is pretty much solved. It's fine. So the remaining 20 points could either go into armor or more attack speed. We wouldn't be going crit, I don't think. We wouldn't have enough points for crit. That'll be too hard to get. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we found first improvement. Damn, I'm so good at this game. Found the first improvement. Boom. Boom, what up? Solo ranked only the back doing some more League of Legends action. Well, not this time. Okay, that sounds good. I like this passive tree. Kind of looks like the monk from PoE from 0.1. Okay, 1. How many jewel slots? Only 7. Only 7, Kabrowski. I guess that's fine. You know what you could do on top of that? We could do some crazy, and I mean crazy, amount of strength by doing something like this. Alright, first of all, how much is Adorned? Adorned that doesn't suck ass. Oh, rip, man. How many of those are there? Freaking just wrecks. Okay, increased effect of jewel. Okay, something. Increased effect, jewel, something. Okay, 111%. How much is that? Okay, it's still not too bad. 115 for... Yo, that's actually not bad at all. That's within my budget for sure. Really? Is it that cheap? 123% for 200 divines only? Oh, that's good. I guess you could like try to snatch like even better one for like cheaper if you want to like hunt for them for long enough. That's really good, man. Alright, so that's that. And you know what we can get, boys? This tag before that I showed you with empowered corruption thing, that also works on jewels. So how much flat strength you can get on jewels now? Let's see. You can get up to 16 strength on jewel corruptions. 16. And this is without catalyst, by the way. You can boost it by 20% with the catalyst still. So every jewel would be giving you, assuming that you crafted them with percent strength, the abyssal mod, they'll be giving you a... I mean, of course, you have to craft it and you have to hit the strength, right, first. So that's tough. But even then, with Adorned like this, these jewels would be giving you, like, I don't know, 40 strength each. 40 strength each. That's a lot of strength, man. Titanic? Yeah, Titanic for sure. I think people are chasing the rare jewel corrupt. Yeah, for this build, it will be totally fine to just use something like that. On jewels, actually, there aren't too many stats that you would like really care about. You really care about percent strength suffix and maybe armor prefix, something like that. That's all you care about, really. Don't care about the rest of them. With this amount of flat life, you'll be probably immortal. With Defiance of Destiny, anyway. You'll be probably immortal regardless. Alright, let's see. Okay, so Pillar of the Cage God. It doesn't really matter if it's corrupted or whatever, just put it in there. It doesn't matter. Next up, ask for the helmets. I'm actually going to be checking every single freaking unique item in the game, bro. But not here. Here. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Helmet. Items. Items. Helmets. Alright. Well, so first things first, the best Aldur mod would be plus 50 to all attributes. That's for sure. There's so many OP rings with attribute. I just found a ring with 250 attributes altogether. Ring with 250 attributes altogether? Do you use keywords on PUB, 2DB, and search by reference? Sometimes. But sometimes I prefer to like just check everything, just in case like I miss something. So Black Sun's Crest is an obvious choice. With 18% increased strength, that's an option. Sometimes I do. That's an option for sure. 18% is a lot. And then we need to keep in mind that increasing our life is also increasing our damage. So strength is percent damage and flat damage at the same time. Also, to a certain extent, I guess also attack speed, because we get this. So to a certain extent, it's also attack speed. Okay. How many life nodes are there on the tree? The never-ending question. So we have 4% life in here. Freaking A, man. I don't know if we would be doing Adorned, actually. I mean, you could on paper, but this is recovery. Oh, man. Around 3% max life nodes. And that's pretty crazy, man. Sounds like a lot of life. Now there is a rare chest that gives you 20 freaking %, but we can't use that. We can't use that, unfortunately, because we already we have to use Lore Weave. There is no other way. We have to use Lore Weave. Chakra of Life. Damage recoup. I mean, his damage recoup is nice, but I guess like using every other piece of equipment at this point and getting as much armor in here as possible does make sense. It does make sense because like you'll be getting it's so easy in this game to get like 200-300% increased armor. You can also get some from Mageblood. You can very easily get like, I don't know, 30,000 armor, I don't know, 60,000 versus Elemental. That's already a good damage reduction. Okay, let's do this. Let's do, we have a lot of stun threshold, actually. Elemental. Let's do global defenses here. That's good. Let's do stats here, probably, most likely. Let's do life recovery from flasks, and let's do this. No. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's save that as pillar 0.5. 0.5 pillar keg W. Because you gotta freaking add keg W to a pillar build, right? Would you rather split personality into warrior than anoint the chakra of life? I don't think so. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Because as a warrior here, the starting point, I would literally just get the travel nodes to get to this point. The same thing here. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense, actually. And here I can travel there to get the chakra of life anyway. I mean, I'm getting strength on the way. And once again, this is a weird build where you actually don't need a passive tree. I mean, everything you do on the passive tree is to increase your strength, because you're going to be gaining percent damage and flat damage from strength at the same time. So you don't need percent damage on the tree at all. Getting percent damage is a waste. Like, legitimately. Like, you see this node over here, for example, this 10% increased attack damage. I'm getting the same amount of damage from getting this node over here, from getting 5 strength. I get about the similar amount of damage from both of these. So it's freaking similar, man. Can a pillar be corrupted to do something funky? Well, there's a super cheap corruption that you can do. Instead of 10% weapon damage per 10 strength, you can corrupt it to 12%. That's 20% more damage straight up. That's a lot. That's a lot, to be honest. Like 12%, just like that. I mean, 20% more damage, just like that. I mean, it's where you're getting damage from strength. Where is the source? Flat damage? Yeah, I think I closed that tab. Damn it. Let me show you. Let me show you. Life, flat, life, physical, something like that. Let me show you. This rolls up to 5%, by the way. This rolls up to 5%, my friends. And it's not that pricey. It's like not that bad. At the same time, you're getting 82 resistances with a perfect roll. That will take a lot of divines, by the way, to get perfect here, but 82 freaking resistances. That's insane. You know what makes it even better? Is that this modifier over here, this bypasses minus res max mod. So you're immune to minus res. Unfortunately, you're not immune to penetration still. But Veil of Night meme? Nah. That's too much of a meme. There's a Rune Master variant of Pillar giving some not a huge amount of flat fizz. Yes, and there's another one that gives you cold damage instead of physical, which I think actually I'm gonna use. But yeah, I mean, this is incredible. It's with 6k life, which I do believe we can get something about that much. With 6k life, you're getting 300 flat damage from this. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Like, in order to get similar amount from Hova, you would need to stack 1200 intelligence on Hova to get 300 average flat damage. Given it will be lightning, but still. Doesn't freaking matter. Physical is good too. Arguably even better. Because with physical we can break armor. And obviously, yeah, physical arguably is even better than elemental. mean, that's incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. And you can get some really cool lore weaves too. Reduced rarity of items found. Your other modifiers to rarity items do not... Yo, what? Actually, what takes priority, Veil or Lore Weave? Assuming Veil is by wording, they're both absolute. Oh, but these are two different modifiers. This is for maximum resistances. This just doesn't mean that you have this number over here and you have 72 res at all times. You still need to get the resistance. And with Veil Denied, they're always 0. No matter what, they're just gonna be 0, right? So, is that flat damage being buffed by Pillar Strength? Of course. Pillar is giving you weapon damage. So it's all the you know, damage that you're gonna get on, like, for example, flat damage on rings. It's all damage basically. As long as the weapon skill, as long as it's not basically a spell, it will give you damage bonus, right? With any flat damage that you're gonna get, any, I don't know, on any melee skill. Well, obviously you can't use mace skills with a quarterstaff, so on the on the skills you're gonna use with this, it's gonna give you damage boost. So with 2000 strength, if this is corrupted, this is giving you 2400% damage, which is quite a lot if I say so myself. That's actually a substantial amount of damage, my friends. So you can still on Ritualist get a lot of flat damage from rings. You can still get a lot of plus skills from Amulet and Gloves. You can still get Prism of Belief for +3 skills, given it's not going to be super expensive. So there is plenty of options to juice the damage to freaking skyrocket amounts with this. Plenty of options to choose from. Could this be enough to blast with Wind Dancer? It certainly would be. You would be doing absolutely ridiculous amounts of damage with Wind Dancer with this. I'm positive that you would be doing more than this guy. How much tooltip I have on the Wind Dancer? Okay, I have total 50 to 100,000 damage on Wind Dancer. This has a multiplier of 150% attack damage. I need to calculate that, to be honest. I would need to calculate this. It would take some time, but I mean, let me calculate this. So let's just say we have 500 flat damage on Pillar. Multiply that by 25 from the bonus, from the strength bonus. Then we're gaining, obviously we would be using Rage and Berserk. So about 1.7 multiplier there. Then the bonus damage as from different like jewels and stuff like that. So I don't know, let's just say 1.5 here. And then we will be getting the Wind Dancer. Then we'll be getting, like, let's just say 25 multiplier. And then we'll be getting another 25 multiplier. And then we'll be getting, well, we could do, there's other supports we could do. That's on 2 supports. I'm probably still missing something. I'm probably still missing something after that. But I guess it will be doing similar damage to this guy. Probably. Something close to it, actually. Which means that we would be doing a lot of damage. Like, actually a lot. Because on this dude, I'm gaining a lot of my damage from Rage, obviously. I have like 200% more damage from Rage. About that much. But this build doesn't have 2400% increased damage. Like the Ritualist would have. So they would actually be similar damage on Wind Dancer on this guy. Oh, I didn't calculate. I take it back. It would be more on the other build. I didn't calculate the 150%, 148% multiplier. I take it back. It will be more damage on... Well, okay, I take it back. Then again, you don't have this. More damage per stage, so... You don't have this from Gemling, so... It will be kind of similar, probably. It will be similar to this build. But that's just from this, right? That's only from this. And there are other aspects too. After that. So I'm probably missing some of those. Alright, so let's keep on working on this guy. We do have some attack speed at this point. We would anoint like this. Okay, let's just keep on going through the gear. So, is there anything particularly crazy that you would see here on strength stackers? These cultivation modifiers, 10% attributes on vertex. Almost forgot about that. 10% attributes on vertex. I mean, that's not better than the that's not better than the other one though. It's not. It's not better than Black Sun's Crest. Tax cost additional 6% mana. That's not gonna happen. 3 dragons, Visage, at Series Disdain, Mask the Stitched Demon, Wings of something, Ezomite Peak, Crown of the Red Sun, Thrill Steel, Blood's Price, Grey Make. This would be great if this didn't exist. Vile Knight, Smiling Knight, Crown of the Victor, Bronzebeard, Corna Thumb, Crown of the Pale King, Solus Ips, Sunstorm Visage, Glimpse of Chaos, Devouring Diadem, Bringer of Rain. Yeah, well, I don't think. Well, for pure strength stacking, I guess the highest amount of stats you can get is from Black Sun's Crest, right? Nothing's gonna beat this. If you're looking at pure strength, that's it. On top of that, you could obviously get additional sockets here. You could get like at least 2 on an exceptional base. So let's put it in here for now. Let's put it in here for now. Okay, good roll with 80% strength. With exceptional, let's just say 2 sockets. Let's keep it for now. Next up, we have Lore Weave. I wonder if it has all the options here possible. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it does. Bro, how am I supposed to know which one is which? Damn it. What is this ring that gives you damage based on how much life you have, but you degenerate life over time? Oh, bursting decay, I think. Yeah, it's bursting decay. Okay, so it's 5%, right? And then we'll be getting this. Honestly, for the rest of them, I don't really care that much. Just do that. That's fine. Alright, now on into gloves. Modifiers. Strength gloves. Up. Not modifiers. Armor at Series Acuity. Kitako's Current. Noctonial Charis. 3 Fingers. Strength, Stun Build-Up, Giant's Blood, Bada Beam, Bada Boom. I think the damage on the build would be great, and I mean like really, really great, to be honest. Well, it'd be nice to get even more. But it's going to be very difficult to scale crit. Very difficult. I mean, how much crit does this thing have? 10%. I mean, it's not the smallest, but it's not the highest, obviously, either. Guess it wouldn't be too hard to scale crit to like 50% or something. Hate Forge, I mean, there's still Hand of Wisdom in action, but this item got nerfed so hard that since then, I'm not sure anymore about this. Penetration, knockback, something. Alright, there's nothing particularly amazing. Damn, I wish these gloves were in dog shit. Plus 1 armor per strength. Can use one-handed mace skills. 1% more damage per 5 strength. And physical damage. So how much does how much do face breakers get at the end? How much physical damage do you get? Now, why am I even thinking about this? This is... we lose all the percent damage. We lose all of the percent damage from pillar if I use that. Just forget about it. Okay, so when it comes to unique gloves, there's nothing particularly, you know, crazy here to write home about. I think. And that's not bad because we can just use rare gloves. We can just use rare gloves. Also, there is these special modifiers. Hold on. Strength gloves. Color and Catlas. So this is all for the projectiles. Let's forget about it real fast. And this is for damage over time stuff. Alright, so the special mods are not gonna happen. Period. Alright, so the perfect gloves would be something like that. Craft item, gloves, armor, massive mitts with 2 sockets, exceptional, and they would go like this. I mean, I guess armor, T1 life. You could argue maybe getting hybrid armor here would be slightly better. Maybe it would be. Alright, it's still a decent amount of armor. Then plus 2 melee skills here. Strength, for sure. I mean, gloves like that are going to be hard to get, man, as hell, too. And then the essence modifier. 60 effective augment items. It's gonna be hard to get as hell. What the heck, dude? That's not gonna be easy to get, brothers. And also, Black Sun's Crest. One of the sockets here would be. Can you do Alder 50 attributes? Oh, you can. It's perfect. That would be our Alder socket for sure. I mean, I hope this goes without any questioning. Obviously, this would be the best. Like, for sure. Right? Boots next. I'll be honest, from what I remember, there is nothing particularly great about boots either. Any unique boots, but let's check them out. Alright, so we need Albern's Warpath, man. That gives you % bonus to strength. We need these. Infinite Pursuit. I can tell you right now that all of these are ass. Let's try here. Skill effect duration, cooldown, these. Okay, just forget about it. Alright, so rare boots it is. Two sockets once again, and then we're getting movement speed, life, % armor probably, strength, armor applies to element. I don't even have armor applies to elemental here, bro. Like we might actually just like skip going armor completely. I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. I mean, we still have a lot of passive points. We'll see about that. For now, let's just say that I'm going to do it. Armor applies to elemental, and the last suffix will be whatever, resistance here, right? And then the rune slots would be, I guess, double strength. And this would turn to 42 strength, by the way, in total. But let's keep it like that. The same thing here. Man, you could get so much strength. We're already sitting at 712. And over here, sockets, strength as well. Unless I would figure out something even better. And then Black Sun's Crest. Strength. Sometimes it feels like you shove too much into a build and the original plan goes out of the window. Yeah, but then you just like try to figure this out and like, you know, change the build around to make it better. Okay, and when it comes to amulets, I know that on everyone's mind there's Astromantis. But I'm going to say something a little bit different maybe. Well, number one option obviously is Defiance of Destiny, and this would make us basically immortal, straight up. But there is another option. There is Defiance of Destiny, good option. There's Astromantis, is a decent option, and there is Rare Crafted Amulet. And the Rare Crafted Amulet would look like this. Strength. First of all, Catalyst. Where is this? Catalyst, attributes, 40%. Strength, attributes, most likely. No, it couldn't be attributes, because I need... Aye, dude. Alright, that's actually a problem. I need a lot of suffixes, man. And I mean a lot of suffixes. Like, plus 2 melee skills is like, not even like, you can't argue with that. You need this. And then the suffix for the life recoup would be nice. And then obviously you need essence crafted % strength. You need that. Without a shadow of doubt, you need this. Okay, let's just do it this way. Let's get 14. There we go. Unfortunately, this is gonna disappear once I'm going to add. Yeah, it's gonna disappear. It's a custom mod, but it's fine. And then here we would get double life, and the last prefix, I don't freaking give a shit. I'll be honest. I mean, strength. I mean, oh, spirit wouldn't be useless, I guess. Spirit would be pretty alright. But yeah, let's do something like that. Let's add strength again. 14% increased strength. There we go. Okay, and that's 1,000 strength already. Are you kidding me? Without rings, without sockets here? Are you serious? Alright, and now the worst part, boys. Now the worst part. You know what? I'm going to try to make it at least somewhat realistic. Realistic. And we're not gonna do breach rings. We're just gonna do a regular whatever rings. Well, there's another ring that's even better, now that I think about it. Not better than the breach ring necessarily, but this ring is freaking incredible. And it's this one. Vitalic ring, 6% life. That's kind of crazy on Ritualist, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy, boys. And then Catalyst. Attributes. Once again, good luck getting something like that, but I'm going to assume that I got something like this. Alright, let's do, I don't know, some physical damage. I don't know, tier 3. And some cold damage, another tier 3, let's just say. And some life, maybe. And strength. And that's it. I'm going to try to make it realistic. And then we're gonna corrupt it with strength. And this corruption goes up to 50. So let's just say something like that. Something like that. I don't think that getting rings like that is impossible. I think it's doable, man. So boom, boom, boom. That's 1600 strength already, boys. Damn. Yeah, the second ring is E. You know what? I think that these are possible. They're not like freaking disgusting. They're not disgusting. They're possible. You just need to craft a ring like this. Get, which is, you know, this is extremely whatever. And get strength. Get a strength corruption. And then improve it without removing like a crucial mod, which is strength. And voila. This is how you get this. Like, if you removed the plus 20% maximum quality, that would be even freaking... That would be insane, right? But, yeah. I think that something like that is, like, doable. Bro, we have 6.5k life already? Are you shitting me? Okay, this is getting interesting. It's the build idea. Pillar build that we're stacking strength and life to get insane amount of percent and flat damage at the same time from Lore Weave and from Pillar. 6.6k life already? What the hell, man? Alright. Next up. Belt. And here's the thing. I don't think that we could do this build without Mage Blood. I think that, you know, you can get some crazy amount of strength on belts also with the same way. But we need Mage Blood because... Not tanky. Oh, this one's gonna be tanky. Yeah, Mage Blood to get the resistances, get maybe skill speed, more attack speed and stuff like that. Quarterstaffs don't feel that good if you don't have a lot of attack speed. So, maybe even armor. I mean, I could totally use the one that I have, by the way. I could totally use the one that I have. So, technically, Mage Blood would cost nothing because I have one with, what? I have Jade, Bismuth, Silver. That's what I have. And that would make resistances super freaking easy. Because I didn't put any resistances on these pieces of gear. Should be fine. Worst case scenario, we're gonna drop that and get the helmet with flat strength, resistances, and armor, and life. And that would also do. Honestly, that would also do. That would do just fine. Alright, now into the jewel sockets, and also... Obviously, we have still a lot of points on the passive tree we could use. And I mean a lot. So we managed to get 7k flat armor. I mean, I don't know, man. Stacking armor is going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. $6.6k life times 0.3. It's not 0.3, it's 0.5. I mean 0.05. This Lore Weave gives you 5%. There are two different modifiers. One is stronger than the other. We don't have any dexterity intelligence, so scaling that, let's just forget about it. If we could fit him some more armor, man. Obviously, there's probably a lot of modifiers that I keep on forgetting about because... And, you know, we would need to do extensive min-maxing here. Because there's a lot of stuff like soul cores, there's a lot of, like, idols, there's, like, a lot of these expensive stuff. Like, you know, these guys, there's probably something really good in here. And, for example, this one is freaking insane. Gain armor equal to 30% of life loss from hits in the past 8 seconds. That's insanely disgusting. By the way. On the helmet. On this build, that'll be insane, dude. Insane. Not gonna lie, I keep on thinking about actually dropping my helmet and going like pure armor helmet. With strength, with armor applies to elemental, with armor applies to chaos, and with this. And that would make us so tanky, dude. With like recoup and this node. With this freaking node, dude. We would have like 8,000 life also. Pulsar Kernel. Shattering on Lower Reef too. Frosty Player would be nice for it. You're not doing Pulsar Count on Ritualist, man. You just lose too much. Sorry, but that's just not an option. I don't think you can do that. Too big of an opportunity cost, let's be honest. I think it's too big of an opportunity cost. Oh, Lower Reef can have the Pulsar effect. So Pulsar or your chest. Okay, that's crazy. If you can get some, you know how expensive that's gonna be if it's even available in the market. But that's actually crazy. I take it back. That's crazy. Legacy of Facebreaker in consideration. That's a lot of flat armor, but I don't think it's would be necessarily better than 50 attributes on a helmet. I mean, maybe. It's 1 div to get that and attack damage. Presumably you just spend when dividing to 5% damage. It's only 1 div. I need to see all these Lower Reef mods and options you can get there, and maybe we will get to something crazy. But I think that we will be still doing enough cold damage not to worry about Pulsar Cone. I think even without Pulsar Cone effect, we will be freezing everything. So and if necessary, bro, we can get some freeze buildup somewhere. I mean, there is freeze buildup over here. Look at this. There's 70% freeze buildup. And these nodes are good to begin with. I was thinking about getting them anyway. So that's not a problem, man. It's not a problem at all. I don't even think that's needed. There is another freeze buildup over here if you really want to. So boom, you have 10 passive points and you're freezing absolutely everything in the game. Boom, what up? You know what I mean, boys. I think this cluster, though, is going to be a must-have, though. This cluster is too good. We'll see. We'll see, actually. We'll see. But yeah. It's not a big deal. Oh, there is more freeze build-up here. Oh, bro, freeze is easy. I don't have Pulsar Kernel on this build, and it freezes everything. And I think the damage on this guy is going to be even higher. So that's not a problem. We would definitely have to get these rage nodes, though. That's a must-have over here. Then the rage generation. That's not a problem. Could even use eternal rage, maybe. So I don't think that's a problem. Alright, as for the jewels, first of all, I would need to see if there is something. Well, there is a couple nodes that we want to allocate probably on a build like this. I would assume that on our helmet we want Raven Touch for allocation. That will be definitely better than 15 flat strength. So I guess I'm just gonna get this and remove that. And the nodes that we want allocate is this one for sure. That's without a shadow of doubt. Next up, we want this. That is going to be giving us a lot of attack speed. Close to the cap, by the way. Close to like 24%. So this is incredibly good. Revocable Mac mods can get on the Lower Reef. Also, we can get percent strength on Lower Reef too. Bro, that's even freaking better. Wait, we actually have a build, boys. Not gonna lie, and this is gonna be a fun one. This one is whatever. These two we need to allocate. Falcon Dive and 5% strength. Unless there is percent strength somewhere else on this freaking tree. But I don't think so. They're very stingy with strength. Yeah, there's nothing else. It's like 15 flat strength here. Yeah, there's nothing else. What do you get? Flat damage from Lower Reef. 5% of maximum life as added as physical damage to attacks. We have 6.5k life right now, and these are baby numbers. to be honest. You could probably get like 8,000, if not more. Any of the hidden anoints good? That's a good question. Let's see. Liquid emotions. That's a good question. Alright, so this is no. This is no. Rage grants evasion, rating, attack speed, no. Fully broken armor, inflicting cold damage, lightning damage from hits. It's not bad. 5 quality, let me think. Probably not. Sinister jewel socket. Well, obviously we would want a on a high budget. We would want voices, right? Jewel socket as an anointment. That's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. Actually. In case I didn't say actually again. Actually too many times. Just actually. That's very, very nice. Thaumaturgical dynamism. Armor while bleeding, increase movement speed or sprinting. I don't think there are any with percent strength on low reef. Only seeing the 200 flat strength gives 25 spirit 1. I would go Smith on this. Why Smith? Like, this chest piece is kind of like Smith already, because look at this. Your maximum resistance is 82 is the best roll. It's crazy, man. Sinister jewel socket, it's just like additional jewel socket. There's these jewel sockets over here, and you can only put like regular jewels here, like magic or rare, and yeah, you get these slots when you equip voices, or you get the passive, you get the anointment from the amulet. So that's what happens. All right, so let's allocate here. Let's just allocate Titanic for now. I just want to see how much strength we're gonna have for now. So let's get Titanic. Titanic gives me... Oh, damn it. 14% increased strength. The Titanic gives me around, I don't remember, I think 70 strength or 80, something like that. That's a lot. Alright, and then I'm just going to do real fast. Later on, we're going to be replacing them. But for now, I'm just going to do Ruby, Strength. Okay, not corruption. Add modifier. Desecrated. Strength. Why there's no strength in here, man? Are you serious? I guess there's not. Alright, we're gonna do it differently in that case. Is there even like a good prefixes here that we could have on this thing? I mean, plus maximum rage is okay. Okay, this would be increased effect of suffixes, and here we have like percent strength or something. 3% increased strength. Something like that, man. $7.4 and almost 2k strength now. Dude, my calculations were correct. We can actually get over 2k strength. I didn't put any crazy gear here so far. These rings are honestly totally doable, in my opinion. They are doable. They're not impossible. This is my mage blood, so there you have it. This is my mage blood, so and we're gonna need mage blood for this build, by the way, I think. It's going to be too hard to get resistances otherwise, unless you sacrifice the flat strength on these. Which you could, to be honest. I guess you could drop that strength early on and just on lower budget. I guess you could do that. Because the build without the mage blood, you know, it's not going to be that expensive, actually. Except for amulet. You will need a good amulet, like that. But, but the rest is, like, not that bad, actually. Alright, damn it, man, we have 35 passive points left. I have this. I have this. This tree is freaking useless, man. There's no freaking strength on this tree. Gotta get the strength corrupt to an adorned. I mean, adorned would be like the highest possible, but like it's impossible to get jewels like this though. It's just not possible. How about gemling? Yes, 20% less is bad, but Giga Life. But it's not only 20% less. You lose this. That is 400 strength, these two nodes. And it gets even worse when you get really high value rings. And it gets even worse later with budget. And on top of that, actually on Ritualist, this node is freaking incredible. It's actually insane. It's like if you drop to Half-Life, you still have slightly less than 4,000 life, and you get double recovery, and then it gets stronger the lower you get. She gets insane regen. Insane. And this works with recoup, by the way. This works with recoup. So this is a multiplier to the recoup's power too. And then you get this freaking core. And you're freaking immortal, bro. Like, what's gonna kill you? You barely have recoup at the moment. Recoup is easy to get. It's not that hard to get. We only have 6%, but we can also get like 40% or something on Amulet with Ritualist. Like, what's gonna stop? I have this many passive points. What's stopping me from traveling to this passive over here and getting all of these? Like actually all of them. Nothing's gonna stop me from doing that. And that's, by the way, that's not a bad thing to do. The only thing that we would be lacking a little bit so far, they aren't that much. Let's take a look. It's 3%. This is 28 speed. That's good also. Another 3% and an 8%. Another 3%. I mean, and some additional regeneration. I mean, that would be like, what, 6% from this. This is more recovery. 6%, 9, 12, 15, 30, 23 already. We would need to get a little bit more, but that's already not bad. That's already not bad. This is physical and elemental recouped as life, so this is no chaos. And this is also almost purely speed. I guess we could sacrifice something on Amulet and get a crazy amount of recoup there. That's an option. I don't think that getting a lot of recoup would be a problem, though. I really don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that would be a great problem. Well, there's another thing. We could try to like skyrocket our life costs and use Tech Rod. That's also another way to like get incredible tankiness with this, because oh wait, hold on. What was this jewel? What was this special jewel from Abyss? I forgot its name. Undying Hate. Thank you. Undying Hate. So you could get this, right? Like more life cost and skills, regenerate 1 life per second per 60 life spent in the past 4 seconds. This would get stronger. You would get a multiplier the lower on life you would get with this. On top of that, if you put Tech Rod in here, anywhere really, all the nodes next to it will get additional strength bonus, which is nice, by the way. That's not useless. It's not useless at all. So you could find a decent slot somewhere to get additional, well, very solid amount of extra strength on top of that. So not bad. Not bad here. 2 strength per tribute, this thing. There is no percent strength, right? No. Another thing that I completely forgot about, and will be absolutely mandatory in my opinion, we would need to find a good slot somewhere for and it probably would be this spot for the percent strength, you know, the bastard, the unique jewel. I forgot its name again. But here would be great slots here because you get this, and this. You can get all these points. You get 12% strength from that. Then you could get these 3 points, 4% life on top of that. You get another 4% strength. Then you could maybe even get these two, and these two after that. I know they would basically give you nothing. Well, unless surrounded. I mean, this would actually happen sometimes, I guess. And this you would get 24% strength this way. And armor applies to elemental. That's obviously not useless. This is here you have leech and percent life against the darkness. Hold on, let's do against the darkness. Against the darkness. We still have some passive points left, by the way. So against the darkness, we would definitely want strength. That's without a shadow of doubt. And honestly, maybe damage as cold or something like that. Damage as cold would be decent, I think. For a shattering with Herald of Ice. Small passives? No, this is not in the game anymore. 8 flat life is dog shit. That's completely useless. Yeah. Damage is cold. I think would be Biz. Oh, it's 3% strength, not 4. I wonder if I can make it 4 corrupted. I think you can. Okay, and put this thing over here. 2100 strength, dude. 2100 strength. Oh, it does corrupt to 4. I can't stop myself, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get 4. $2,200 already. Oh my, 9,000 life. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. And the best part about this is like most of those, well, obviously except for these, they're really good nodes. And here you spend 4 nodes to get damage and 100 strength. I mean, that's freaking worth it, even though they're useless. That's still worth it, bro. Isn't there a time lost with small 2% strength? Or is it a notable? Time lost jewels? I don't think so. Bro, that's crazy. You know how much damage we would be getting from that? 12% times 220. Bro, that's 2,640% increased damage. And also, $450 flat damage on the Lore Weave. Yo, I'm freaking doing this character tomorrow on stream. Resistance is gonna be pain in the ass. We'll have to figure out a way to get resistance, though. It is going to be mandatory. And solve some other things. But other than that, it's looking kind of disgusting, not gonna lie. Yeah, regular jewels with +3, yeah. So we already have those over here. Then I don't have to tell you what would happen if we were using Adorned, right? Because with Adorned, and Adorned is not that expensive, actually. It's not that bad. Let's just say that you're getting 130%. How much would we need for 3 times 2.3? Okay, 3 times 2.34. Okay. 134 is what we need. That's not that bad. That's 200 something divines. It's not like the worst thing to get. Boom. And then jewels. Magic. Jewel. Diamond, doesn't matter. Can be ruby. Corrupt. Okay, I'm not going to be this guy and freaking put I mean, come on, man. That's just not gonna happen, let's be honest. Oh, wait. But you can't... It cannot be a magic jewel with the essence crafted mod, right? It cannot be. I don't think so. I don't think it can be. Essence... 60. Random was a random modifier. I would say rare basic. Yeah. It has to be rare. That sucks. It has to be rare. There's no other way. I don't think that getting this with this amount of life, I didn't think we're gonna have that much. With this amount of life, I don't think this flat damage on the rings is even freaking who cares if we get this. Like, actually, who cares? I don't give a shit. So getting rings like that might be easier than I thought, unironically. It might be easier than I thought, dude. It might not be impossible. Especially that we don't need 3, we only need 2. But anyway, this is not gonna happen. So the only thing we can do here is get a suffix with 2% increased strength. That sucks, dude. Because that means that these jewels are going to be like just a tiny bit better. Tiny bit better. I don't even know if... No, you can't even do that. You can only use the Abyssal Craft method on rare items, right? Can you? I think magics are fine too, right? I think magics are fine too. Hold on. Rare weapon or quiver? Rare armor. Yeah, freaking A, man. Nah, you cannot. You cannot get this mod, actually. It's only rare items. So there is no way to get this, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, let's just put it in here, man. That's gonna tell us. Let's just put it in here. All right, so we have what? Jewel, magic, strength. Let me just check without... Okay, there we go. Magic. Yeah, it's impossible. Damn it. Are these people serious? Well, I can craft something like that for freaking way cheaper than 25 divines. Are you freaking serious? Bro? Where are they getting these prices from? Like, getting something like that is, well, it's not that dirt cheap, but it's pretty cheap. 30 divines for this. Are you... Bro, what a joke. Do you think that this kind of lore weave would be worth on Ronnie? I don't necessarily think so. Not necessarily. 250 added damage. Okay, but you're getting already like on the very high strength budgets, you're already getting like 500 to 1,000 per weapon. I mean, it would be some damn. I mean, Loreweave is a great armor, generally speaking. Loreweave is great. Just I mean, it would be actually it would be decent. It would be decent. It wouldn't be bad. You lose armor and armor to Ellie mostly. Yeah, with Mageblood, you're still not gonna die. On very high budgets, I guess this would be better. You're right. You're probably right. This would be very strong. Accuracy also not useless. Kind of useful actually. Would the plus res max res socketable in body armor give heaps of res without deducting max res since Loreweave states res are 82? That's 100% correct. Your resistance would still stay the same. It's a good point. That'll be plus 20 all res rune on chest piece. That'll be plus 20 all res. That'll be very, very nice. Decree of Loyalty? No. This chest is the build enabling chest. This item and this item, both of these will never disappear. They cannot change. These two cannot change. Alright. That's gonna be painful, boys, but... Let's see. Effect, rare, jewels. That's gonna be painful. And we need at least 34. At least. Okay, just forget about it. That's a lot of money. What about, like, actually, like, an expensive one? 66 plus. What about this? Man, this is more expensive than 4-socket voices, I think. This is more expensive than that. Like, what? How much is voices like that? Voices. 155 of them. 2 passive is 500 divine. I could even purchase that for myself. Sinister sockets. 3 plus. So 3 is 4,500 divines, man. Okay, and 4. 4 is 6 mirrors. Damn it, man, expensive freaking. I might need to start farming Simulacrum, dude. Like, seriously. We might need to start farming that shit. That is quite devastating. Holy guacamole. And go ES instead of life. Decree on Ronnie. Oh, nah, I don't think about that. I don't think so. Just doing, I mean, maybe, but then you would need to... Ronnie is, like, incredibly tanky the way he is. I don't think there's, you know, it makes sense to, like, you know... You could play around with that, but that's going to... You will need to, like, reshape the build quite a lot. And you're not gonna get, like, that much... You're not gonna get as much ES as you think. You're gonna get, like, 6,000-7,000 probably. 8,000. And you're gonna lose a lot of armor also. So, I mean, well, you're not gonna lose armor because you have Decree, right? But, you don't have Recover. I mean, you would need to, like, play around with POB and check it out. You could maybe make it work, to be honest. Maybe you could. Alright, so Adorned is not gonna happen, just forget about it. This also is not gonna happen, which means that we cannot get this by any means. So we would basically need to get jewels like that, and then the additional unique jewels, obviously. Rings, hold up a second. Not rings, damn it. Modifiers, jewels. And also, let me take a look at Timeless Rubies, if we're here. Items, jewels. Okay, so any of those heroic tragedies is not going to do anything for us. Undying Hate, we already established. Split Personality, no. Grand Spectrums, 18% life, 3 Grand Spectrums. Can they get corrupted to get like 3%? I'm going to assume that no. 18% life? That's not that good, man. It's not that impressive. Well, excuse me. Obviously, I forgot about Heart of the Well. That Heart of the Well is not going to give us any... any strength. This would just give us some damage. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure if I would want to use that over a rare jewel. I'm probably exaggerating. We probably would want to, but Guys, is there anything in this game that reduces the amount of maximum resistances that you have? Like a big penalty that reduces resistances? Let sprinkler projectiles benefit from the life as added fizz damage from lore weave? Yes, they would. That's correct. No, not on the map. On the items. Isn't there a gold ring that can reduce a lot depending on the roll? Gold ring? No, that's not gonna... First of all, I don't think that this exists. And secondly, no. Alright, hold on. Grand Spectrums. Out of curiosity, I want to see how much life we would have with these. But I think I'm trolling probably with that. Grand Spectrum. I'm probably trolling. Maximum life per psychedelic Grand Spectrum. Okay, 3%. No. No, they don't. Venters, yeah. Second to reduce max resist, I think. Grand Spectrum Ruby is always life. I don't even want to put it in there. I will, you know what? I will, but it's just not gonna happen. Okay, so strength is going to go down, and the life is going to go up by 700. There's no freaking way in the universe that's worth it, man. Especially that these are like just... They're like not even that impressive, these jewels right now. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Nope, that's not gonna happen. There's gotta be more ways in this freaking game to get percent strength somewhere, right? Well, we could try to sanctify it then. It's just not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, man. Like, this amulet is so many freaking times better than Astromantis. Holy smokes. Bro, Astromantis is still giving me minus 57 strength. Perfect Astromantis. Sure, it's not corrupted, but... Okay, but that's without anointment. Fair enough. I mean, still, this amulet still gives me life and melee skills and stuff like that, so... It's gonna be an expensive amulet to get, by the way. But we need to. We need to get something like that. Alright, how much would I lose if I dropped this? Okay. It's kind of painful. Craft item. Helmet. Armor. Imperial. 2 sockets. Prefix. Life. Double armor. You know I want to test this out. I wanna see how this is gonna go. Because there's a very nice rune. Armor applies to elemental. Now honestly, with this amount of life, I don't care about chaos resistance like at all. Boom. And then attributes. This one. Okay, how do they compare? So, this guy gives me 140 strength. This guy gives me even more life. Wow. Even more life, bro. And way more armor. Way more armor, and armor applies to elemental. You know what? That's freaking tough call, to be honest. Because this is not even like top tier, like insane helmet, right? It wouldn't even be that expensive to get something like that. Just do Veil of the Night. Veil of the Night is not gonna happen, guys. It's just not gonna happen. Like how can you justify using this garbage? look at look at this meme. Who even made a build with this ever that was successful? I remember there was something like that. Someone made a build with this, but like, dude, look at this thing. Okay, I get 2400 life. Okay, and then I take 5 times more damage from 5 times more damage from elemental, almost 6 times more damage from elemental. It's just such an anti-synergy. A lot of blood mages use it. They have 12k life and tons of leech. Okay, but like they recover to full life instantly, and also they don't care if they're gonna die occasionally. Because like having 12,000 life with 0 resistances is like having 3,000 life with 75 resistance. So they're literally glass cannons. They're gonna get hit by one juiced rare monster and they're dead. And I don't like builds like that. What's up, Misha, by the way? I'm not saying it's not a meme, I'm just saying they're using it. Yeah, I know, but like they use it for damage. They don't use it because like it's not a meme. It's still a meme. It's a Keck W helmet. I'm pretty sure that GG just put it in the game just to meme, because there is one meme item in PoE 1 like that prevents you from having any resistances. And they're like they thought it's gonna be a good idea. They're like, oh, let's put Veil of the Night in the game, guys. And that's what they did, boys. Yeah, it's not for me. But the rare helmet is interesting. I mean, this one is still better, but when it comes to how much strength you have. But maybe at a certain point, getting more strength is not the solution. Regarded. sending my kindest regards. How are you doing resists anyway? We're gonna get some from Mage Blood. We're gonna get some from rings. These are one suffix rings right now. And I guess I don't have resistance here either. I could unironically drop that 60% increase. That's kind of a meme, to be honest. Okay, I'm getting like 10 flat strength from that, and losing like that's whatever. I probably overcooked with this. That's not even needed, to be honest. That's kind of a meme. So I can get more resistances in both of these. They don't even work in PoB, by the way, so it's equivalent of like me not having that mod. They don't even work here. No, resistances are gonna be easy. Chaos is gonna be kind of pain in the ass, but you know what? With this amount of life and life recovery that we're gonna have, I'm gonna get like 40-50 chaos resistance, and it's just going to be whatever. It's literally going to be whatever after that. It's okay. Alright, man, not gonna lie, I like this. Like, we might actually start working on this tomorrow on stream. Today, we're not gonna start working on it. It's too late. But tomorrow, not gonna lie, we're doing this shit. I like this big time. And I bet there is something strong here that we're still missing in here. That I didn't take. What about this freaking Ascendancy? Like, the last 2 points would actually go into Ritual Sacrifice? Like, I mean, Ritual Sacrifice? Really? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think a Blood Boil will be better in comparison. You know that the strongest monsters in the game right now are not unique monsters, but rares. Like, super juiced rares. And, Blood Boil gives you 15% more damage against rares. When they're in your proximity or something. In your presence. So that's actually useful. Not gonna lie. That's actually useful. And I guess you also get this, you know, this explosion. Corrupted blood deals 2% slain enemies maximum life as physical damage per second. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's useful. This actually is. I take it back. This is not a useless node. It's actually pretty good. So we do have all useful nodes. Which I can't believe what I'm saying. On the Ritualist, all useful nodes? Impossible, right? But there you go. Blood Boil is better on the grounds that you don't need to bother pressing the Ritual Sacrifice button. You know what? I don't think I would ever bother to press this button. At this freaking thing, I don't know. This is kind of like a meme, man. It's only a little bit better than the note from Smith when you just slam your hammer to get like a buff for 10 seconds, an extra freaking fire damage or something. It's only slightly less of a meme than that. Such a freaking meme, dude. So, yep. And I guess I am going to call it a day. We need to save that. I am going to call it a day for today, boys. Thank you very much for watching. Off stream, I'm going to try to optimize that beautifully looking passive tree. And I'm going to try to find some improvements. But other than that, yeah. Tomorrow, not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna start working on this project. You know, the numbers look very promising, actually. They actually look really promising. Like, having this amount of damage, like 2700% increased damage, with about 600 flat on pillar, that's a lot of freaking damage, boys. I don't care what you freaking say. That is a lot of damage on, for quarterstaff skills. Barely any freaking build gets that much. I'll be honest with you. Like, barely any of them. So, it's actually going to be interesting to see, man. So, thanks a lot for watching, boys. Have a good night. God bless, my friend. We're going to see each other tomorrow. Hopefully, it's not going to be as devastatingly hot as it is today. Like, it's so freaking hot that I'm even freaking streaming without camera, man, because I can't be bothered. So, take care, fellas, and have a good night. See ya tomorrow. Bye-bye.